Hey, hello, welcome back. Can you can you hear me? I don't know why I asked that. Thank you, Hal. Thank you, appreciate.
There has been a Suzuki, a stream of pregnant vitality is about to spurt from the fleshrot spheres held in binary suspension, to get between the lower loins on the spire of entertainment,
Okay.
rinse thyself clean in the downpour of a glorious stream.
Thank you. I actually I might change the voice, even though that voice is like classic, so I don't want to. But I actually somewhat understood the words that were coming out of that robotic mouth. Thank you, Hal, for apparently 39 months of sub, but thank you. Thank you. And another. What? Where's the noise? There it is.
Glad you're back. I have been waiting so long to yell like this.
That came through crystal clear. Thank you, Gravity and Biscuits. Thank you. That time the voice was actually so good that I don't want to replace it. That one actually sounded perfect. That sounded perfectly fine. The voice is funny. Don't change. I will take it into consideration. That was so Finnish. It actually that second one sounded flawless. Like this person's getting a raise. That was amazingly done. But anyway, how are you? Welcome back. It's been a little bit. Thank you for the subs. But also, just how's it been? We didn't stream last week because my wife was giving birth to my second child. I am now a father of a daughter as well. So I took a day off. And then I went back to work, and, and I'm working again, and I'm streaming again. I work from home, so it doesn't, I didn't really need to take time off. Also, the birth went flawlessly. There was no last time there was like some recovery time. This time it's like my wife woke up at 3:30 in the morning with contractions. Baby was here by 8:30. She didn't even wake me up until 5:30, and she's like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the baby's coming, and then the baby was here. It was actually like the simplest, quickest, easiest birth of all time. Didn't go to the hospital, didn't see a doctor, nothing. Didn't leave our house. We just had the baby here. It was so quick. I had to like my son. I had to hand off to my brother. I had him staying with my brother, so that just during the birth, I basically had my brother come up and like I rented a place for him. And it was like my wife was just like I'm having the baby right now. Like get George out of the house. That's my son's name, by the way, George. That's not a secret. My son's name is George. For a while, I was keeping my kid's name secret, and then I don't know why. I don't think you're going to be able to track down my exact location, social security number, 3 little numbers on the back, and every last detail of my existence because you know that my son's name is Michael George, and that my daughter's name is Bernadette. But yes, anyway, it was like get him out of here, and I was like, yeah, you didn't end up naming your son Gaston. No, we're going with more. We've got a theme going on. Gaston doesn't necessarily fit into it, although it's French, and with Bernadette, the name did end up being kind of a little French. But that's obviously after she's named after Saint Bernadette, you know. But yes, another sub. And here comes the noise. I get a pre-noise warning now.
God bless your family, Ammar, Yeoman.
Why did... Thank you, you eat. But I'm curious of your message, which I see as God bless your family, https://mr.yeoman. I'm not clicking on that link. I am absolutely not clicking on Mr. Yeoman. I do not trust what link you have sent me. HTTPS colon / Mr. Yeoman. Is Yeoman a real domain? Because actually, I kind of, if you own Mr. Yeoman, how much would you charge to give that to me? Because it's actually a good one. Although, honest, is there an MAN? Is there an MAN domain name? Can I get yo.man? That would actually be sick. Wait, I need to check this right now. Yo.man domain. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. I'm looking right now. Do not steal this out from under me. There is no .man domain? There's a .men. That's not what I'm looking for. .man domain is a brand-specific corporate domain for the MAN Group, a German commercial vehicle and transport solutions company. Is there a .woman? No. Good. Well, at least we're equal. Well, oh well. I thought for sure there'd be. What about a .an? What is .an? .an domain. That's a good idea. Wait a minute. Yom. It would, but then it would look strange. Yom.an. AN was the internet country code level top level domain for the former Netherlands Antilles. It was administered by the University of Netherlands at Antilles. As of 2015, use of the domain was discontinued. Well, shit. Can I buy it? Can I get the entire top level domain? Discontinued? What if you still have one? Do you think anyone still has an old yom.an domain and that I could buy from them, or is it just completely gone? Guess we need to start a letter signing petition to the MAN Corporation. Anyone know German? Reinstate the MAN. Well, the AN, actually. The MAN Corporation, TF2 in real life. Yeah, that's definitely what they mean. That is absolutely what they're talking about. I want to. Okay, wait. Actually, I'm going to forget this if I don't bring this up soon. So I would like to just bring this up while I'm still thinking about it. Let's put aside the nonsense of the .an, .man domain name, and let's talk. I have a serious thing that I have a favor that I would like to ask of you people. You people. I actually do mean you people. You people is actually the proper way to phrase this, because I am looking to answer a question that can only be answered by terminally online people, which apparently doesn't include me. I thought it did, but lo and behold, apparently I've got a life. I've got 2 kids. I'm married. Apparently that has like gotten rid of my terminally online rep, because I couldn't answer this question. I thought I would be able to. I'm hoping one of you, I know most of you, to be clear, the vast majority of you are all like well-adjusted members of society, but there's at least like 1 or 2 of you who are terminally online autistic vol cells, and I would like to ask a question. Long story short, a friend of my wife's recently had kids, 2 kids, twins, right? And they posted about it online. My wife saw the post and it said, we have, I love somebody on YouTube. Who are you talking to? I'm on Twitch as well. That's actually so funny to see someone, because nobody's on YouTube right now. He's the only guy. So it's just like, who are you talking to? That's actually really funny. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the archive that gets put up on YouTube later. No, I'm talking to Twitch. You're just in the wrong camp. But anyway, this person posted online that they had twins, and they said that they named these twins Jet and Stetson. And my wife, being a smart woman, looked at those names and said, there is no way that those are 2 names that they picked out of a hat, right? Those are not natural names. One of them is a color, but could maybe be a name, Jet. The other one is a brand of cowboy hats. There's no chance that these are real names that somebody put together. And so she looked it up, and Jet Stetson is the name of the major antagonist of season 2 of the TV show. I already forgot the name of the TV show. Big Time Rush, which is that TV, it's like fucking Disney Channel, Nickelodeon TV show, of a band, because like there's the band Big Time Rush. It's like a Miley Cyrus situation, and the antagonist of season 2 of Big Time Rush who then turns into a minor recurring character, according to the Wikipedia page, of season 3 and 4 of Big Time Rush. His name is Jet Stetson. I have never heard of this man in my life. But my question to any of you, why? Why would you name your twins after the major antagonist of season 2 of Big Time Rush, the Nickelodeon live action kids show? Why? Why would you do that? Are they millennials or Gen Z? That's a good question. Hey, Veronica, can you hear me? Are they millennials or Gen Z? What's that? She is or he is? She is. She is 24. 24. So Zoomer. That's my wife. She's downstairs. I guess you know her name too, Veronica. They're 24. So it's not actually a wife name reveal. I said her name once on accident like 4 years ago. 4 years ago? 3 years ago. We've been married for 3 years. So it is a little over 3 years ago. I think it was before we were married. One of the times I streamed. So it's actually, I accidentally revealed it once already. I think it's Zoomer brain rot then. I've never seen the show. Yeah, no, I've never seen the show. Big Time Rush was my nickname in middle school. What does that mean? It was the wives' idea, you know it. Oh, absolutely. 100%. It has to be the case that the wife has a crush on, checking notes, David Cade. David Cade? Should I know? Does that, the name sounds familiar? 100%. She has a crush on David Cade and decided to name her kids, her progeny, after the antagonist of season 2. But this is my question to everyone here. Like, is this even a little bit reasonable? I mean, it's obviously not. Like, these are insane people. These are actually crazy people. But, like, why Jet Stetson? Can anyone give, like, I don't even know what to say. Rationalize this for me. Because I'm trying to find out what's wrong with my fellow Zoomers. And, I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like, somebody's pointing out in the chat that, like, you know, there were people who named their kids after Game of Thrones. Right. That's the same example I gave to my wife. Not Game of Thrones, but what I said was, like, you know, when Attack on Titan was popular, people were naming their kids Levi. Do you know what I mean? But, like, Levi's a real name. That is a real name that people have. It's in the Bible, right? Jet Stetson is not a real name. Like, the kid, first of all, the kid who got the name Jet got out easy. That's a real name. That's an okay name. Stetson, that's not a name. That's not a first name. That's a last name, which I think is the family that made Stetson cowboy hats. But, like, that's not some. The real question is, would you rather the kids be named Jet and Stetson or Jet and Neptune? Actually, probably name after Jet Neptune, because then at least I would get it. That's funny. Like, that's the thing. If you told me I named my kid after Jet Neptune, I would be like, oh, fish tank fan. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. But if you tell me I named my kid Jet Stetson, first of all, 99% of people are just going to be like, what? What a weird name. Why'd you pick that? And then you can't answer them. You can't. They don't tell people, right? I mean, my wife, they didn't say in the post, like, you know, they were named after Big Time Rush, because you can't say that. Like, that's crazy. You're going to get their kids taken away. Like, you can't say that. So what do they say to people? You know, why'd you name your kids Jet and Stetson? I don't know. I like the way it sound. What do you mean you like the way it sound? When you heard it somewhere else, you didn't hear it. Are you when you were buying a new cowboy hat? Like, Stetson is normal as a first name. You're wrong. You are incorrect. Have you met a single person named Stetson in your life? Neptune is actually a more normal first name. Now, obviously, if you meet some kid named Neptune, like, that's a crazy name. But it's a name. it is in fact a name. I wonder if the husband is a big fan of Big Time Rush, the TV show. Dude, if it's the husband, that's weirder. I thought all of us were of the opinion that, like, it's definitely got to be the wife. But who's okay with that? Who marries a woman who has, like, a huge crush on some Disney kids actor, first of all, let's just, and then names your progeny after, like, I can't imagine. Could you imagine that? Like, your wife, if your wife comes to you and says, honey, I would really like to name my kid, our twins that were just birthed, I would really like to name them Robbie and Rotten. What do you think? Why? Why, you ask me, dear husband? Well, because I'm in love with the children's actor, Robbie Rotten. It's just like, you would be like, I've married the wrong woman. It's time to kill her. Like, that's it. That's all there is. Divorce isn't real. So it's time to shoot her, and then maybe me, because I can't trust my decision making ever again if I've gotten myself into this situation. That's it. Goodbye. Rotten is worse than Stetson. Marginally, yes. But Rotten is kind of one of those backwards names. Did you ever hear that story about those twins? One of them was named Good and the other one was named Bad or something like that. And the one that was named Bad became like a successful police detective. And the one that was named Good, like, died of an overdose. So I don't know. Or no, yeah, it was Loser and Winner. That's what it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Winner and Loser. Yeah, those guys. See, I mean, like, that shows you that, like, a name like Rotten could actually do you some favors. You know what I mean? It's a boy named Sue sort of situation. I can understand how Winner is an awful name, though. Like, you can't do that. But Stetson? I think Stetson's worse than Loser. I think it's probably worse than Rotten. Maybe it fills someone with a sense of Zoomer pride to carve out a niche reference and immortalizing it in your soon-to-be bullied son. Yes. I appreciate, actually, in the chat, I appreciate you're attempting to help me here figure out what's going on with society. That is somewhat of an explanation that I can kind of understand, maybe, right? It's like some sort of, it seems more like a millennial thing, but I guess it's kept going. This idea of, like, I am cool or not cool based on what I consume. And the most cool things are the most obscure things. And so therefore, if I name my kid after an obscure Nickelodeon channel villain, I'm cool. But, like, these people have their wires crossed, because, like, does a single person here think that's cool? No, right? Like, none of us think that's cool. There's just not a single, I don't think there's a single person on the planet who thinks that's cool. I was hoping one of you, though, would have, like, a really clear answer of just like, oh, actually, Jet Stetson was an extremely popular character on the level of, like, a Levi, or like those people who named their kids fucking Khaleesi or something. And you were gonna tell me, actually, Zoomers, if you go on TikTok, it's every other TikTok is nothing but Jet Stetson thirst traps, right? If you told me that, I would almost be happy. I would be like, all right, now I understand, like, okay, all right, that's weird. But if you expose enough people to something popular, there's going to be a few weird people mixed in, right? Like, it doesn't actually bother me that somebody named their kid after somebody from Attack on Titan or somebody from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones definitely more, because those aren't real names. No, that one bothers me. No, I'm a liar. I'm lying right to your face. That's a lie. But it bothers me less Because at least they're just, it's a game of numbers, right? Like, if there's that many people, you're bound to get somebody who is an insane person. It's a popular show, so insane people also watch it. It's just statistics, right? But when it's like Big Time Rush, I mean, and you're naming it not like the antagonist of season 2, not season 1. Apparently he doesn't show up in season 1. And apparently season 3 and 4 he's like a neutered villain who then becomes just like a minor character. This is the guy? Not the main character, not like a better show, not, it can't be a good show either, right? I know we're spending a lot of time on this topic, but I have been thinking about this for weeks. It's not a good show, right? Has anyone here seen it? I think a couple of people said that they'd seen it. There cannot be. It cannot be that this is a good show, right? I mean, there's just no way. I mean, it's a Nickelodeon live action show based on a band who, didn't even have a single hit? I mean, if I go on Spotify right now, I look up Big Time Rush, am I going to see millions and millions of listens? There's no way, right? There's no way. If there is, the name is still awful. 194 million listens? Wow. From their 2011 album? Okay, what can I say? I'm wrong. They're on tour right now. I can go see them in Krakow. Wow. How much I would love to do that. How much I would love to go to Berlin just to see Big Time Rush. What are they doing in Europe? We allow them out of the country, or are they European? I was assuming this kind of thing would have to be our fault. Number one city. What? You know, on Spotify, it tells you what the number one locations that listen to this music are. Number one location for Big Time Rush. 3 times as many listeners as any other location. I want you all to guess. Because if any of you guess it, I will send $100 to you in the mail. You won't, well, you'll look it up on Spotify. You're a cheater. I'm not sending you anything. I want some guesses. Israel. That almost like Tel Aviv. The one track mind we got going on here. Good guess. Good guess. Do we have any more? Any more guess? Any more guesses? It looks like we're just getting Israel and Tel Aviv. Croatia. Good guess. Good guess. No. Des Moines. Great guess. Istanbul. Good guess. Phoenix. Mexico. Okay. And then Bangkok. Mexico got it. Mexico got it. I don't know if you cheated, but the number one location where people listen to Big Time Rush is Mexico City, Mexico, with 96,000 listeners. Monthly listeners, like I guess regular listeners. Number 2 location being Chicago with 32,000. So literally 3 times less from the top location. What is in the fucking water in Mexico City? That's crazy. Number 3, by the way, Lima, Peru? Like, what? It makes sense since Mexico City is the biggest city in the world population-wise. Is it? I thought it was Lagos. Or Tokyo, depending on how you define cities. Biggest city by population. I thought it was Lagos. Yeah, if I Google it, it says Tokyo. But I think it depends on how you define a city. Number 2, it says Delhi. Number 3, it says Shanghai. But I thought some people say maybe it's Chongqing, depending on how you define it. That's the problem, is it just has to do with, like, how do you define it? Yo, Lagos isn't even on here. Am I just out of my mind? I thought Lagos was, like, really big. Yeah, Lagos has 13 million people. Yeah. Yeah. But apparently Chongqing has 32 million, so what can I say? No, but the urban area of Chongqing only has 12 million. So if that's in the urban area of Lagos has 16 mil. I'm right. I'm correct. I'm not making it. I'm correct. But apparently the Tokyo urban area has 37 mil. So what can you say? What can you do? It depends on how you define it. like I said, I said Lagos / Tokyo. So I think I'm good. Mexico City is like number 10. Again, depending on how you define it. So, or Istanbul is number 10, depending on how you define it. Interesting. Depending on how you define it, the first 5 are China. First 6, and then 7 is Kinshasa. But it's crazy. I'm just saying it's insane that is where people like Big Time Rush. I didn't cheat. I just remembered hearing that one Nick star was really big in Mexico. I think it was a different guy, but Mexicans must really love Nickelodeon. Okay? Big Time Rush, the kind of pop band only non-Anglos can like. Interesting. Interesting racial theory. Interesting. Yeah, you know, that's an... That's interesting. I have no evidence to go against this. They're not touring in the US or the UK, from what I can tell. They're popular locations. There are a couple in the US, but they're also locations that could easily be non-Anglo listeners. You may be correct. It's more of a language theory. I don't know. Do you speak the Anglo language? Kind of. I mean, kind of. I mean, yeah, kind of. But what somebody asked, what if you name your kids Goku? Still better. Still better than Jet Stetson. Still actually better than Jet Stetson. Someone also says that loser guy can just go by Lou. What do you call Stetson? Stet? That's what I'm saying. Stet. It still sounds awful. That's just not a name. Stetson's literally a normal name in the South. It's a normal last name. Last name. But it is not in any way a normal first name. Now, I know some people, you call people by their last name, right? I played football in high school, and like that was a thing. Everybody would call me by my last name, which I'm not going to say. But Stetson, like, it just, no. And what's his last name? I don't know what it is. I'm not going to ask my wife because then I'll dox these people. Although they're practically doxing themselves already, let's be clear, just by having names like that. But you're not going to be able to, you know what I mean? Like, at least it's 2 different names of 2 different people, technically. But, hey, Vidya. Yeah, that's my last name. That's right. That's right. Sanchez catch. Sanchez. When I move to Mexico to avoid taxes, I'll don the name Sanchez. That's what I'll do. So I'll dye my hair jet black. I have black hair. I don't need to do that. I'd have to dye my beard though, because when it comes in, it's red. Mexicans, they would know. Ramirez, protect the burger town. Stetson is a top 200 boys name in the modern day. Are you joking? Stetson. As a first name? Stetson as a first name. All right, I'm looking it up. All right, this is what we're doing all stream. We're not actually doing this all stream. Stetson, first name, popularity. Let's see. The name means cattle dealer. No, it doesn't. Okay, well, there's just all these websites that... I don't know. Are these real? I hate these websites that are like, they just make this shit up. Do you have data? Apparently, it's number 155 for last year. As a first name? We've lost the plot, dude. Wait... 155? But you... I'm just disheartened by that. I'm just... Yeoman confidently wrong about Stetson. It's an awful name. Can we at least all agree it's an awful name? Apparently it is a name. But can we all agree it's an awful name? Because it's a last name. If Stetson isn't that niche, I guess there's a possibility the twins have those names by coincidence and have nothing to do with Big Time Rush. No. 0. 0% chance. Okay, Yankee. Dude, you do not actually think that these are Southerners. Look back at the graph, dude. This is from the past, like, 10 to 20 years that people have been naming this. You can't pretend this is fucking Dixie heritage here. It's a fucking cowboy hat manufacturer. That's where the name comes from. You want to LARP as cowboys so bad that you name your kid Stetson. That's crazy. That's insane. If you were actually from the South or like even the Southwest, you would not need to LARP as a cowboy. You would just fucking go get some cattle. You wouldn't have to be, as they say, all hat, no cattle. This person literally is, their name implies all hat, no cattle. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. Somebody pointing out, yeah, like if there were twins named Bill and Nye. Guess it's just a coincidence. No, dude, that is 1 in a billion chance. There's no way that it's a coincidence in any way. No, dude, this is you're pretending like I don't know about the South, and that's why this name is ridiculous. But actually, this name touches on this is a poser name for cowboy culture. That's what it is. So it's a poser name. If you named them just Stetson, but considering it's Jet and Stetson, it's literally it's big time rush, and that's insane. Anyway, if you want to play Deus Ex, I mean, while we're here, I know we all came here to just talk about Jet Stetson, who, by the way, I mean, is just like a normal looking dude. And also, like, probably a teenager during the time that he's in Big Time Rush. So weird to name your kids after him. Even if you did have some crush on him when you were like 12 or something. Like, this lady is out of her. Like, I don't know, dude. Another pre-stream tier list of Big Time Rush-inspired baby names. Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, actually, dude, I've already got the next tier list planned. Are you kidding? I know we're gonna do another tier list. The moment, well, not the moment, but after we finish Deus Ex, I'm going to do a Deus Ex conspiracy tier list, and I'm gonna rank every conspiracy theory that is mentioned or featured in Deus Ex, and I'm gonna rank them based off of plausibility / truthfulness. I already have it planned. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Because it'll be great, dude. Like, there's so much to work with in Deus Ex. That'll be a whole stream. I wouldn't name my triplet daughters Jillian and Anderson and Anderson. Wow, I can't even read. Gillian and Anderson and Anno 1992 just because I had a crush at some Anno 1992. Okay. No, it's insane. I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for the kids. It's really at the end of the day. I feel really bad for the kids because they're gonna have two names. You know, they're gonna have two names that you're gonna look at them and you're gonna say, "Really? Okay." And then when you see them together, you're gonna like really. This is actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of women who do like OnlyFans or like pornography or something when they are younger, you know, like in their 20s or whatever, and then they like get with some dude that they settle for, or really the guy settles for her because, like, let's be clear, but whatever the case, they both kind of settle in different ways, and then they have kids, and then they have to worry about that, like someday the kids are going to find out that there's like pornography of them online somewhere, and then if their schoolmates find out, then you know, they're socially dead at that point as far as like bullying and such. This is just that, but you just gave them a name that like they can't escape it at all. You know what I mean? At least with the pornography, you could say like, dude, why did you make AI pornography of my mother? That's clearly AI. What do you really think that my mother would make pornography? Like, this is ridiculous. Like you could deny, and if you're good at it, you could do it well. But like anyone could come up to this kid and be like, your mom is in love with a Disney Channel child actor, Nickelodeon. I don't know if that makes it better. Your mother is in love with a Nickelodeon child actor. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. It's your name. Like, that's it. I mean, the moment somebody puts those two pieces together, you're dead. That's it. The bully just kills you to put you out of your misery. Bullies are good people, and they just recognize that, like, the amount of torment I would inflict on you is actually worse than death. So it would just be better for me to end you now. And I will do so. It's my knightly honor. Could just go by something else if you don't like your name. Yeah, you know how easy that is to do. Just like cut off your entire family because they named you after their like child actor crush. Like, dude, that's publicly calling out your mom, basically. That is just public. Also, let's make a note. These kids will find out that they are named after Big Time Rush, and they will despise Big Time Rush. It's actually a huge backfire. If you love Big Time Rush for some reason, don't name your kids after it. They're gonna hate it. There's no better way to guarantee that they will hate it than that. You don't need to cut off your family to change your name. If you name your kid something based off of something you love, and then they change it, there's gonna be a negative conversation that goes on. Do you know what I mean? Kids these days don't know what Nickelodeon is. Well, as somebody else says, it literally takes one funny name and a Google search. My wife didn't know that the show existed. She said she had heard of the band because there was like one song she had heard of, but she had never heard of the show. She didn't know it existed. She'd never watched it. She'd never watched Nickelodeon in her life. She didn't have cable. But she just Googled it. She was like, that's a weird name. There's no way that's natural. She Googles it, boom. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what's gonna happen in the future. Someday the kids might find out that they're a crappy mid-2000s TV show with their names. That there's a, yeah. I think it's cruel and unusual. It's definitely unusual, but I think it's cruel. If you name your kid after a child you had a crush on, isn't that sort of pedophilic? That's a bit of a stretch, but it is weird. Like, why didn't you name them David and Cade? Because David Cade is the actor, right? Like, there are people who name their kid Bruce because they really liked, shit, I can't remember his name. Not Bruce Lee, not Bruce Campbell, the other one. Whatever, dude. The other one. There are people who have done that. And it's like, you know, okay, it's a normal name. So it's not as bad, right? So, like, why didn't you name your kid David? Because, like, that's the actor that you like, apparently. And his name's David. But, like, you chose to name your kids after him when he was a child. Why? Wait, David Cade is 37 years old? How old is Big Time Rush? Was he an adult in that, playing a child? Big Time Rush 2009. 2009. He was 22? Was he a 22-year-old pretending to be a child in this show? The rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. Okay, well, maybe the mother isn't a weirdo because he's actually an adult in the show, apparently, from what I can tell here. He was like 22 or 23. But he was pretending to be a child? Something saying here that Jet Stetson dated every one of his co-stars? What? Do you mean in real life? He's a decade older than the other adult men playing teenagers. I don't even. I'm done. I'm done. The mother was also 8 when the show aired, apparently, if she's 24 now. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Kids always Google their names. It's inevitable. Well, that's true. Especially if you have a weird name. You're like, why'd my kid name me? Why'd my parent name me this? You know? Sorry, Dad. I just don't love Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots enough to be named after it. That's okay. I'll still love you, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. Wait, you're changing your name to what? You're changing your name to Metal Gear Solid 2? I disown you! Get out of my house! You know what that does to me! I can't even talk to you. Get out of my house. I can't believe you would do that. You did that specifically to anger me. I will never call you Metal Gear Solid 2. Get out of my house, Metal Gear Solid 4. I love Metal Gear Solid 2, to be clear. I actually think Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably my favorite one. Although, I like them all for different reasons. The ones I played, I kind of like Metal Gear 2. To be honest. I kind of really enjoyed Metal Gear 2. Kids don't Google their own names combined with their siblings' first names. I mean, are you a twin? I don't know what twins do. They're weird. I don't know. There's a 2-hour buffer of verbal foreplay. Yes, before we stream, there's always a 2-hour verbal foreplay, after which we play the game. You can circumvent this by paying me $200, as Hal says. Yeah, true. That is no. Let's play some Deus Ex. That was all I had to cover. I did not think that topic would take 40 minutes. Well, here we are. It took 40 minutes. I'm starting the game. We're gonna game. We're in this. I have to say though, viewership has only gone up as I thought. So clearly it brings the people in. Except actually, that's actually the benefit of having a long rant like this, is that by the time people actually get to the stream, they haven't missed anything. They've just missed a half-hour, 40-minute rant about some Zoomer naming their twins after Nickelodeon channel child actor who wasn't the child, who pretended to be a child. The definition of a child actor, I guess. Or actor child. It's the right format. It's a good format. I could keep going. Don't even get me started. My wife has somebody else she knows that she's 27. She just got married to a 54-year-old man. I could keep going. We want to talk about crazy people. Hey, welcome. We're gaming. What is a better... Okay, wait. I need to take this question seriously before we start here. Which is a better girl's name? Metal Gear Revengeance or Metal Gear Solid 2? Well, Revengeance, you could maybe call her Anne. No. Reva? Revenge? Rev? Rev's kind of a boy-sounding name. Jance? Gents? Revengeance. Gents? Almost sounds like a name. Right? Hey, how's it going, Jance? Revengeance? How's it going, gents? You'll say it wrong every time, though. That is a problem. But, gents? But Metal Gear Solid 2, what are you going to call her? 2? You're going to call her Metal Gear Solid? Like, the rest of the words don't really work. Revengeance is really the only thing that gives it, like, a possibility of working. Anyway, welcome back. I barely remember... Let me get my my bearings here. I remember that we are back inside of the nanotech, nano whatever. I need to destroy the universal constructor used for manufacturing plague. Bear with me that I've forgotten what we were doing. I had a child in between this and last time. And VersaLife. Why did I say nano? Gain access to level 2 labs at VersaLife and locate information on the structure of the plague virus. Destroy the universal constructor for the plague virus. Okay, do I have a map? No, I don't. Yeoman's Metal Gear Solid 2 streams were damn good. I was a hater of Metal Gear Solid 2 before I watched those VODs. Dude, I think they're good. I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 2. Raiden was lame and gay, and Snake was Chad and based. That's a normal reaction that people have, but I disagree. I like Raiden. I said Raiden. I said Raiden. Okay. The problem with taking this much time in between is that I don't What did I do? I don't remember where I came from. I think I came from there, and I think I'm moving this way. But okay. Yo, cells. Okay. Now I've got to remember, yeah, like what's going. That camera's off. Good. Okay, that footstep. Those footsteps are not me. Oh. Yo, I've got the greatest timing in the world. That is actually amazing that I didn't get caught there. Let's see if I can do this. Probably not. I'm gonna have to reload. Instant? Interesting. Do charger prods work better on those guys because they're like part metal? I'm actually amazed at that work. I was fully ready for embarrassment. This is locked, and the only thing that's behind it is a hazmat suit, which I already have, and information. Robot maintenance. What does this do? I mean, maybe I shouldn't just press buttons. Do you know what I mean? Like, just, oh, what does this do? Press the button. But I mean, those are robots. Are they under I don't know. Let's check this. We'll hack in, see if we can get anything useful. I feel like we already turned off the cameras, though, so, like, what could I be getting? Did you ever play those RPGs in books as a kid? Wait. Open nanotech containment pods. Raise cascade shutdown console. Those words are meaningless to me. Okay, camera's off. The pods must be down here, right? I don't see any pods. Cascade shutdown. But somebody asked, did I ever play the RPG books as a kid, or were they not really available in the meth demographic? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I had, like, choose your own adventure. Do you know what I mean? But are you talking... Oh, information. Dr. Harrison, I was running a regression analysis on the UC as the Universal Constructor, and it appears we have a serious error that can result in uncontrolled replication. Until a new version of the control system can be tested, I've installed a temporary patch that will initiate a cascading shutdown sequence. This will also destroy the UC in the process, so only use an emergency. The code is 525. Writing that down, 525. That is such a short code for something like this, but okay. Op says the new system should be online within 72 hours, so stick to low yield runs until then. Oh, good. I happen to come exactly within the 72 hours during which this was possible. Any other time, it would already be patched. I'm talking about RPGs which are not CRPGs. RPGs for which rules can be found in books. So you're just talking about tabletop RPGs. The way you phrased that, I thought you were talking about sorcery, because I think there was a physical version of sorcery back in the day. Do you know what I mean? I thought you were talking about that. What's my flashlight button? Okay. That's locked. I'm semi-lost, but oh. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. But I think... I'm pretty sure we had gone that way already, and we're good to keep going here. I don't like that... You know what? I guess I should check this. I don't like that spooky combat music was playing with nothing happening, but upload virus schematics. Open UC chamber. We have suspicious activity, Luminous Path compound, WS Triad Control. I reviewed your latest report on the theft of the prototype sword. You're commended for your, this is going to M. Chow. JC Denton is going to Tracer Tong. Yeah, we know all that information. That's all known. Okay, I think... Oh.
Got it. Looks like you stumbled on more than the schematics. You better get out of there. More in a second.
I didn't do that. I did not switch. Is the game trying to tell me something? I think I must have opened up... Yeah. So wait. Was that it? Should I have finished this mission last time we played? Was that all there was left to do? Did I just do it? The menu loading thing, I've tried time and time again to fix this problem. I'm just going to let you all know that I tried to fix this. to where it loads for like 20 seconds. This is just what I should have done. Looking back, hindsight is 2020. I should have destroyed the universal constructor. No, so I still need to do that. That's what I thought. What I should have done is I should have not mentioned the Jet Stetson thing
Universal constructor is in this
and just talked
facility.
about it in between loading times. I know the universal constructor is in this facility. Why would you come and tell me that? That's literally why I'm here. The universal constructor is in this facility. Yeah, I know. That's what it's on my mission of. It's why I'm here. I thought for a second oh. Okay, well I did, but we're fine. I'm rusty. Leave me alone. I saw somebody said Yeoman is still here and not banned again. That's cool. By the way, I think chat froze on me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It did. Everything froze. Wait, sorry. I don't know if anyone's actually saying anything, so it might not matter, but it did freeze on me. There. It's just nobody said anything. It was actually both, which makes it harder to tell which is going on. I thought I turned off all the cam. We're fine. I need that. Oh wait, that is off. It's just making noises despite it being off? Yeah, but oh, I just turned it on. Okay. Don't you can just flick a button on it? This whole time Alright. 4 augmentation canisters is actually amazing. Oh, sorry, 3. And one of those crystal things from Oblivion. I have to clear out my inventory. What button is inventory? Why is it not any of the buttons that it... What? Am I going crazy? I'm pressing every button. What? Well, now it's... That didn't work a second ago. That didn't work a second ago. I swear I'm not losing my mind. I have the sword, which I don't think I'm supposed to have. I feel like the whole point was I gave this to those other guys, and yet I still have it. But I need to clear space. I don't need 2 hazmat suits. Rebreather, I guess I don't need 2 rebreathers. I could just drink 6 bottles of wine. Maybe that might be enough space. I swear I'm not losing my mind. Guy who's definitely losing his mind. Yeah, that's usually how that goes. I understand your point, but I don't concur with your conclusion. Voice in my head. An augmentation canister teams with nanoscale mechanocarbon ROM modules. Aqualung, yo, good album. Or environmental resistance. Can only be installed with Medbot. Oh, I gotta carry this shit around? Okay, but I can actually do an upgrade, though. Unless I want to upgrade one of these. Okay, I'm getting rid of another thing. So I can make that decision later. Baton, lockpicks. I mean, it's been a while since I've used binoculars. Pepper gun is actually worthless. I tried my darndest to try and use this effectively. It cannot be... Are you joking? Is it because I'm drunk off 4 bottles of wine? So-called not losing his mind guy misreads my supportive message as accusatory. I reread your message like 3 times just now before I realized that you're actually fucking with me. I was like, did I reread that? Am I losing my mind? Let me read it 4 more times. Oh no. He's fucking with me. My paranoia is justified. Okay, I'm actually losing my mind. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did my FOV change? Am I crazy? Is the FOV way lower? There's no way the wine just did that, right? I'm wrong, right? I must be wrong. I must be wrong. but I don't feel wrong. What? 2 numbers? What kind of code's got 2 numbers? They all have that? What? I didn't mean to press that button. Well then, how long would it take? How long would it take to guess 2 numbers? Well, this isn't the universal constructor. This is just where they keep things. I swear the FOV is smaller now. Can someone please tell me if I'm correct here or not? Because even if I'm wrong, I just need to know now. Because I feel certain I hit a button that somehow changed the FOV. Yo, Medbot! Yo! Okay. You are crazy. Shit. Aqualung. Soda, lime. You are right. It feels smaller. What? I pressed a lot of buttons. You and the Slovak are both wrong. I haven't been paying attention, but it seems the same to me. I'm losing it. Yo, I love that screen resolution, by the way. There's not even an option. It feels smaller. Yeah. Yes. I don't. What do you? Is this the? This is just the new turn up the gamma. Oh. You can rewind streams now. Someone should check. Somebody go back and... What does that mean, rewind streams? It's live. You're gonna rewind me? What do you mean? like, okay. Back to talking about the Jet Stetson name dilemma. Like, what? I don't understand what you mean. How do you rewind live? Lung capacity increased? Or toxic resistance increased? I feel like toxic resistance sounds better. Like on YouTube. YouTube is a video. What do you mean? What do you mean? Rewinding the video. Oh, you mean if you come into the stream late and you want to see it from the very beginning, you can go back to the... They didn't let you do that already? You're right, they didn't let you do that already. Twitch is whack. YouTube lets you do that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, YouTube lets you do that already. That is dumb. They just now figured out that feature. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right. I don't know about these two. Speed enhancement or run silent? Absolutely run silent. Speed, I mean, this can run like the wind and leap from the tallest building. Oh, that's kind... I hate having to choose between these. Power recirculator, power drain of augmentations is reduced slightly, or resulting in upgrade performance of all installed augmentations. Will not enhance any augmentation past its maximum upgrade level. This literally just makes everything better, or I could have less power drain. Why would I not get everything? That seems crazy. That's insane. Twitch streamer out of touch with his viewers. Yeah, I guess so. I'm out of touch with the reality, apparently. I am very conflicted about this choice. This one a little bit as well. I feel like this is the best one, for sure. But I want to get some feedback on this. Run silent, I literally have a stealth build. This seems like the most natural thing for me to take. If I get that bumped up all the way, it's completely silent. That seems really good. On the other hand, never once in this game have I felt like I got caught because my footsteps were making too much noise or my ass cheeks were clapping together too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, never once. It's always been like, yeah, he looked at me and he spotted me. Do you know what I mean? So, how much of a difference does this actually make? And then speed enhancement, on the other hand, less useful if I'm sneaking, but how fast can you go? Because if you can go, like, I just took 10 doses of skooma fast, then I don't know if I can resist this one. No one batted an eye when you fired a rocket launcher at the office. Yeah, that's true. I think I'm going speed. I have to. And the fall damage is a nice bonus. I reviewed the VOD and you just spooked yourself by moving your mouse around quickly. The FOV is the same. Alright, thanks. Alright, cool. I'm losing my mind. And I think I want toxic resistance. And, was that there a second ago? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. And then I want synthetic heart, which upgrades everything. That's great. The thing is, I should have an upgrade as well. Don't I have an upgrade as well? Okay, something is wrong here because sometimes none of the buttons do anything. And then I have to press escape. And then I have to go back out of the escape menu and then press a button and it does something again. There's some button on this keyboard which makes the other buttons not work. I don't know what button it is, but I pressed it again at some point. Yeah, I've got a... Click on the augmentation you want to... Yeah, I've got an upgrade. Okay. I think I got to upgrade speed, because that's awesome. Strength, I could also upgrade, because I've almost got it full in... Oh, wait, it already is upgrade 1 because of this. So I've got full strength now. Yo. Alright, let's get speed, which will actually get me up to 3, I think. Upgrade. Because of the heart. Could I have upgraded the heart? There's no way, right? There's no upgrades. Numlock. It's not numlock. That makes sense. It's not caps lock either. I know what you're saying. It's like T or something. We're playing Isekai from Oblivion. I accept that interpretation. Am I, like, about to... Hello? Hello? Chow? Chow? Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. I don't want to talk to Chow. Should I shoot her? No. Should I knock her out? Why is Chow here? Oh, don't fall off. What? Don't fall off! Dude, why? Why is Chow here? Should I knock her out? I know she works for the bad guys. I mean, I feel like I should just, like, shoot her in the head. Fight her like a man. She's not. How long does this take? There we go. All right. I don't know if she was going to have some sort of, like, big reveal moment. Little did you know, Denton. No, wait, that's the Russian one. You know what I'm saying. I'm not going to make a Chinese accent. That'd get in trouble. You found a body. Oh. Well, taken care of. What? It made a noise, but I think we're fine. 525. Why are there alien bugs? Oh, well, bye, Chow. Sorry, Chow.
Success. Viral production has been terminated. Containment protocols have sealed off the entrance. You will have to exit through the effluent pipes in the floor of the chamber. Beware
What
of
is with
toxic
those?
concentrations.
She's a goner. I have to exit through the pipes? You talking those pipes? Anyway, did you play tabletop RPGs as a kid? In high school, I had a friend who was into them, and so we played a homebrew RPG of his own creation. Not like a mystical realm sort of shit, but just, you know, just rules light RPG stuff. I mean, this is a robot, so I can totally just kill this guy, right? He just evaporated. I deleted him. Okay. Deleted. But no, other than that, no, not really. Me and my wife have played a few as adults, played tabletop RPGs, because it's actually kind of the perfect thing to try to play with kids around. First of all, you know, like, once they learn how to talk, you can get the kids involved. We haven't really gotten to that stage yet. My son can talk, but not, like, enough to... Do I have to go through there? Not enough to play like an RPG. But sorry, I'm just focusing on. sorry, I'm just laughing at drowning. Sorry, it's something about drowning I find very funny. Wait, did she actually die? No, she's just unconscious, but she's slowly drowning right now. She's unconscious with her face in water. I think Oh.
Seems to be some inventory data here. VersaLife has been synthesizing the great fires in great quantities. The entire stockpile has been loaded onto a super freighter going to New York.
Okay.
Interesting. The previous owner of the ship was Stanton Dowd. Ever hear of the Illuminati? Come back to the compound. I have
What a
much
sentence.
to tell you.
What a series of sentences. I need that sentence on its own right there. I just want those couple sentences. Have you heard of the Illuminati? Come back to the compound. I have much to tell you. That is at you dropped her into the gray death vat. Yeah, I guess I did. Oh, hi. Who's this? Okay. Bye. I guess I could get a rebreather from that guy if I didn't have it. Yo, trank darts. I've got a rebreather. I don't... Hello? Hi? Okay. Does it count as lethal if the thing I kill is not mankind? I mean, I've already stepped on a cat or two, so I'm not too worried, I guess. Oh, yeah, rocket launcher doesn't work underwater. You know, that actually sounds about right. Well, maybe this is my one chance to use non-trank darts. How do I switch ammo? But anyway, to answer your question, no, I did not play tabletop games as a kid. Tabletop RPGs, that is. Other than in high school, we played just, like, homebrew stuff, but we never actually played, like, a real, like, you know, Delta Force or, like, you know, another RPG, Dungeons and Dragons, or you know, any of those. Oh, except I did play a very, very simple one. I played Everybody is John when I was in high school as well. Fun game. It's like a one page on rules, but yeah, it was a fun game. I am having brain problems. If I have a stroke, can someone call the police? Why did I open up my menu again? I took a drink of water there. That was not just me staring. Why? I actually forgot why to change ammo. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you okay? Change ammo. Do you have to do it in the menu, or is there a way to do it? Reload, scope, laser sight. Change ammo, single quote. I'll call the police if you give me your address. Sure. You first. Only fair. Flare darts? Yo, that's kind of cool. I didn't know I had that. All right, darts. And your credit card number to pay for the ambulance. You think I pay for that kind of thing? You're crazy. This alien did not know what he was fucking signing up for. Why would he tell you your address? You already know it. Good point. What was that famous, like... It was like some forum and somebody... Or it might have even been an IRC. And it was like, yeah, if you type your password in here, nobody else can see it. It looks like when you type it, you can see it, but nobody else can. And then the person typed it in, and, like, obviously that was a bald-faced name. Classic stuff. It also reminds me of, like, old RuneScape days of, like, my password is this, but you don't know my username.
Illuminati fingerprints all over the sterics. I'm talking about the molecule shape. 17 segments, 23 coupling points. Only Illuminati technicians use sleeve bearings with 34-fold and 46-fold symmetry. Multiples of 17 and 23. 17, 23. The birth of Adam Weishaupt? Not a coincidence.
Yo, this game is great. I love that it's getting into now conspiracy theory numerology as well. That was missing. That was missing up until now. 1723 Adam Weishaupt. However you pronounce it. I've read Libido Dominandi. I know about Adam Weishaupt. I just don't know how you pronounce his name. Weishaupt. I don't know German. But this game is great, dude. I can add the Illuminati to my conspiracy theorist list. Conspiracy theory tier list when we're done. Now, the most difficult part of the game, I have to remember how to navigate my way back to Tracer Tom, who is inside of... I think I know how to get there. Who is... Do I know that woman? Does that woman look like... She's gone. I thought... Oh, no, wait. I killed that robot. No, you're just some woman. I thought that was Anna Navarro for a second.
That's where I want to go.
For absolutely no reason. No firearms. This is not where I'm... This is not right. I'm lost in China. Someone please help. That is actually one of the scariest things I can possibly imagine. I am in China, Hong Kong, completely lost. I turn a corner and see this. A mech with a red China flag on it. I took a wrong turn and my vacation is about to come to a terrible end. Now I've come into the Dove room. Where am I go? I don't know, dude. Sometimes you just gotta go. Just see where life takes you. Doesn't sound so scary. Hong Kong, you could get by. Is
not advisable for tourists to visit.
How did I get back here? Am I supposed to be on that side? Is it there? I'm so lost. Anyone who knows where I'm supposed to go right now is probably like losing their mind. Incredibly frustrated. Wait, where am I going? This is not the right way in any sense. They speak English in Hong Kong. Really? I guess there is the... Why did I do that? I can't believe I just did that. But that's not the way I need to go. It's fine. That was an embarrassing mistake, but still fine. Okay, I think maybe that road? Maybe?
Come by in the morning.
Where I just was?
5 credits.
What is a sampan? That makes sense though. There's the British influence, British history of Hong Kong. I could believe that a lot of them speak English. Okay. I'm on this road. I would like to go to the other place. Like literally the only other place in this city that exists. How can I do... Where is this? It's not where I'm supposed to go, wherever it is. That's the Queen's Tower. This game came out like a year after British rule ended. That's actually very interesting. That thing just sit here all day? Protect the homeless people? That's nice. That's nice of the Chinese government to have a homeless escorting mechanical, mech. Also, they named their twins Adam and Weishaupt. Probably a coincidence. Yeah, it's probably just... I mean, those are both common names. Weishaupt is just like a, you know, a normal German first name. I'm looking at the map. Okay. Tonochi Road. Here. Queen's Tower. Here? This is a building? This is the outline of a building. Here. Okay. The canal. Here. Uh-huh. I gotta be on the other side of the canal. It's the other side of the canal. Other side of the canal. Right? Other side of a canal. I'm going the wrong way. Other way. You were saying Weishop more correctly before. You changed it because you thought you were mispronouncing it. Weishop. I had it and I lost it. I don't know what to say. I don't know German. I think I've said it differently every single time I've said it. Weishop. Like that? Weishop.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the
Weishop.
canals.
I am slowly but surely. Here we go. And there's going to be a turn to the right here. That's the boat. There's going to be... There's no turn to the right. There's no turn to the right? There's supposed to be a opening in the door here. In the wall. In the... Here? Yes! I made it. Isn't W supposed to be like a V? There's no it's Weishop. Weishop. Yeah, you're right. I did have that better at the beginning. This is the wrong way. Yo, this is... Navigation is difficult, but at least I've got the song to help me along now. This way. What? This way.
Go away.
Fine, I go somewhere else.
Chinese commerce. That's not it. This way. Past the police. Around the police. I feel like I just saw you a second ago. Here we are!
Look around.
Yo.
Max Chan and Gordon Quick are celebrating their lucky money. Throwing back.
It is a lucky thing that I made it. It is a very lucky thing that I made it. In a previous stream, you mentioned that you think the U.S. government is talking to demons instead of aliens. Can you expand upon that? Yeah, I can expand upon that. Where? Here. Here. Yeah, basically, this is the type of level I would get stuck in for 10 hours of gameplay as a kid. Yeah, but it would make it feel so much more real. Basically, the whole demon alien thing. First of all, what I'm saying, without a doubt, is that we are not communicating with aliens. Now, it's entirely possible, in fact, likely, that if there is any sort of thing trying to be covered up, it's not aliens, it's just like military projects, right? That's number one. Agent Bluebeam, you know what I mean? But actually, wait a minute. The game. Paul is back.
Dong fix you up? Yeah, you? You cut it pretty close. I'm in pretty bad shape. Looks like
I'm happy you survived. I thought he was gonna be dead.
Will you get better? Any permanent damage? I'll recover, but not right away. You'll be on your own for a while. I hear you've already been keeping busy. Just getting to know the locals. Turns out VersaLife had a universal constructor. They were synthesizing the virus.
Is that a
right
thing?
here.
People just know what
Tom
that is?
told
A
me.
universal
Not a
constructor?
cheap gizmo. Majestic 12 sure does a lot of R&D. Every ruler needs a power base. Without the people, well, you need something to use against them. I'm going to see what Tong has to say about the schematics I recovered. Hey, do me a favor. Get better. I'm working on it.
Yo, I know that he meant get better as in like feel better, get well. But when you say get better, all I can think of is the stupid fucking new God of War game and journalists, like soy boy journalists, saying that men need to get better. Do better. Get better, Paul. Paul, your toxic misogyny is really just bringing down the quality of our anti-government organization. And honestly, I'm disappointed. Get better. Get better, Paul.
I
It's
don't
on.
know if I care for your sense of humor.
Humor?
The Illuminati stuff. I was risking my life in there.
No joke, Mr. Didden. They're quite real. Though not as powerful as they were at the beginning of the century. I know a few of the former leaders.
Oh.
Like Stanton Dowd.
Yes. Plus Beth Duclair, Morgan Everett? Most of them in Paris, I understand.
What do they have to do with Majestic 12?
A question for Dowd. I will contact him in New York.
Wait,
Hopefully he will agree to meet you.
What about a hacker named Deus?
why would I meet?
A valuable informant.
They're not bad
He sent me one
guys.
of the codes I needed to find that super freighter.
A super freighter. That's enough virus to infect a continent.
Your pilot is landing in the courtyard.
But which
Find
continent,
out and see if he knows where
Mr.
the ship is
Denton?
going or how we
Which
can stop it.
continent?
In any case, it is time you left Hong Kong. There is word of a UNATCO agent searching for you here. A German, they say.
Oh,
Augmented.
Tell your people not to tangle with them. I'll deal with them myself.
I don't want to. No, I really don't want to. No, Gunther? Whatever his name is, I'm not really looking to do that.
Do you have what you need to synthesize a cure?
The data you recovered should provide an answer. In time.
I also destroyed the universal constructor they were using to manufacture the virus.
A universal constructor. I should have known.
Is this a thing people know
I did it
about?
on the advice of the hacker, Daedalus.
It sounds like it's just a 3D
Who is he
printer.
really? Alex says he may be an AI, part of an old government program.
An AI. The thought occurred to me, but more likely it is cover for a real human being.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But who?
A powerful man, we must assume.
AI isn't that smart.
I don't like mysteries, but at least he appears to be on our side.
I don't like mysteries either.
I like that, by the way. I like the idea. I might steal that. I don't know if anyone here knows how, like, you've seen this, how the sausage is made when it comes to, like, writing or, like, making creative works. I'm a bit of an author myself. Published author. But, yeah, it's mostly stealing. I might steal that idea. I like that idea. The idea of somebody who's using AI as a cover, but it's actually a human being. There's ways you could use that in a story. I like that. There's a story I've been wanting to write, but I gotta finish the one I'm on. I'm kind of locked into a contract with like a whole fucking trilogy. But I thought of an idea recently that I really like, which is, you can steal it if you want. I like the idea of a person who goes into an office, like, basically I heard this story on a podcast I was listening to where this person said that AI is like fucking things up in businesses all over because they were brought into a company where they had just fired like the HR woman, and they log into her work laptop and she had not signed out of like ChatGPT, and just found that she was running literally everything she did through ChatGPT. Firing people, hiring people, the policies that they were putting in place, everything was going through ChatGPT. And so, and this guy had to clean it up. And I was like, if you take that same concept, but at like a bigger level, like it's a government employee or something, that could be like a really good kernel for like a novel. Do you know what I mean? Like the main character is a guy who comes to clean up the mess that was made by this person running all their shit through AI. That's like a really good start to a novel, I think. And you could have it go in a bunch of different directions. You could have it go into like a corporate espionage situation where like it's actually another corporation sabotaging this thing, this government agency or corporation using AI, or it could be like a conspiratorial thing of like a foreign government using it. Like there's like a, you know what I mean? I want to write it. I think it'd be good. When are you going to continue posting chapters of your book? Eventually. I'm behind, my man. I know. Your books are being published. Yeah.
Your friend
In
Jock
theory,
is
at least.
waiting in the courtyard.
As long as I can deliver my my reviewed chapters, which I'm behind on. But yes, I do have a contract with them.
I'm still pretty weak. You'll have to go into New York without me.
Okay. Bye. This guy's just walking in a circle. What? Okay. It's been like 5 months, my man. I know. I know. In my defense, new job and now new baby. But before that, it was new job. I'm trying to pay off debts. It's a lot of debt, you know, a lot of work. That's my only excuse, really. But yes. Oh, I've got flux turning on. 1 second. Turn that off. You can't see it, I'm sure, but I can. Please, Deus Ex is not responding. Please respond. Deus Ex, please respond to my calls, my text messages, my DMs. I've been trying to reach you for 30 seconds now. Deus Ex, please respond. I miss you. We miss you. What we had was good. We could go back to the good old days when you ran, when you worked, when you didn't crash just because I tabbed out. Please, Deus Ex, I love you. Nope. 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 Deus Ex crashed. All right. When was the last save? All right. Let's see. Let's see how long ago that was. I quick save pretty often. Maybe there's a little dialogue we got. No, I literally quick saved right here. Good. Is the duck farm still happening eventually? Maybe yes. The answer is yes, but probably not to the same extent we had it originally. Also, there's been a conversation that me and my wife have been talking about for a while. Yo, I guess I'm not fighting Gunther.
Tong filled me in, so we have to dig up Stanton down.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, you know him?
I heard a few things. I think Harley Philbin knows how to contact him. I always thought Philbin was pulling my leg about the Illuminati, though.
I guess we'll find out when we get to New York. Let's not waste any time.
Yeah, so basically me and my wife have talked about that, like, obviously our goal is to give the best possible life to our kids, and in some way having a farm would be good, and in some ways it would actually be a detriment if, like, for instance, my son wanted to be like a concert pianist or something, and I wanted to, like, travel around to concerts, or if, like...
We think Philbin is in the area. Tong will tell you more.
Okay. Or if, like, he wanted to be a professional chess player and I needed to go to tournaments or, like, whatever, you know?
Make contact with Harley Philbin. He is one of Dowd's aides, and he will set up the meeting. Follow his instructions.
I was just curious. But basically, if something like that were the case, then I would actually be doing a little bit of a disservice to my kids by being in a situation where it's like, oh... George, yeah, so about the whole you're a grandmaster level chess player,
Correct inform.
I can't leave the cows.
Attach. Streets clear. No danger.
Incorrect information attached. Streets clear, no danger. Okay, they just hacked into that guy.
Possible perp here. That's the one. Take him.
But why? Who just hacked in to the AI, not AI guy? Oh, so there are cops around who want me dead. What if he wants to inherit a duck farm? Well, that would be quite a turn, wouldn't it? Why do they know immediately where I am, my exact location, what I smell like, my molecular structure? They know every detail about my being the moment I shoot them in the head. Am I transmitting this data via dart? I shot him with the wrong type of dart, by the way. I'm happy he didn't die. That's actually a problem.
Keep looking. He's still around.
Yeah, you know, I meant to shoot my tranquilizer dart, and instead I shot my 23andMe submission. Easy mistake to make. If he comes around, I'll just... What? Okay. Why? I don't need the knife, dude. If the duck farm goes well, would you consider bringing the face cam back? I'm probably the only one here who thinks it, but I'm not the biggest fan of the VTuber thing. I pulled no on that poll. You're probably not the only one, but I don't know about face cam coming back. It could. It wouldn't necessarily be because I'm so successful at, like, the duck farm, but it would just be at something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm making so much money that I'm like, I don't care, dude.
Keep looking.
Which is getting almost close with my current job, to be honest. But that's also why I don't show my face, because I don't want to lose that job. Because it pays really well. Like, it's actually... Okay. Okay, this is a problem. Okay, I need to reload. I don't know why there's silence, by the way. Like, there's no music. Just absolute eerie silence as they gun me down. Okay, alright, okay. What? Why am I crouched? I have no legs! I have no legs! Alright, well, just kill me. Why are you shooting each other? Who? What? Who is this? Who are you shooting? Wait, the police and UNATCO are shooting each other? Am I? Am I just in the crossfire? Are they not after me? Why is the police shooting UNATCO? What war has been declared? I don't understand. Naming your kid after an Arrested Development character is crazy. His name is Michael George, not George Michael. He was named after me and my 2 patron saints that I feel I owe somewhat of a debt to in a certain way. And that's a personal thing. I'm not going to explain it to you. But it is what it is.
Max Chan and Gordon Quigg are celebrating.
Tom Phil.
Alright, going back over. Facecam was definitely the best era, if I may say, in my 2 cents. You are the only person who thinks that. First of all, Facecam was a very small era. You know what? You might not be the only person who says thinks that. I'm actually wrong. I'm actually tripping, as they say.
No time to waste. You need to get to the Underworld Tavern and make contact with Harley Philbin. He is
Underworld
one of Philbin's
Tavern.
aides, and he will set up the meeting.
I know where that is.
Follow his instructions.
In fact, that might be a back door right there. Except, no, it's not. No, because it's that way.
Problem, JC. Rioting in Manhattan has been so bad that the city's fallen under martial law. At this hour, the troops will shoot on sight, and I'm showing several guards and a robot near the hotel.
Did that message
Keep
play
your
last
head
time?
down.
Am I crazy? I feel like that message did not play last time. But I need to go right over here. I think that might be the back way in right there. Right? Yeah. Oh. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. I told Yeoman to turn off the face cam back in the day, and he didn't. Best era was no face cam, no VTuber. I prefer the face cam VODs were put back up, at least unlisted. Ah! Was lethal! I just killed a man! Alright, I gotta reload. I didn't mean to destroy that man. I just put a dart into his eye, and he just wow. Turn off the AI filter. What AI filter? There's no AI filter. You mean this voice filter? That's not the AI one. The AI one is off. This is just the OBS filter. And I can't right now because it's very hot in here and I have a fan on. So I just needed to move faster. That was the easiest thing I've done in my life. Your yell cut out. That is so fucking annoying, dude. I actually despise that. I am for face cam or no face cam. VTuber is just too much for me. That's unfortunate. Close your eyes. I don't know, you know. It's definitely the best VTuber model I've seen, but still a VTuber if you know what I mean. Was the face cam era really that short? It was somewhat short, yeah. Because it was only in between the time of me moving up to Hyperborea, but before I married my wife. And we got married like a year or so after I came up here, so it was not very long. No, wait, because how long did Facecam go after I was married? No, it actually did go for a while, didn't it? But I was definitely stopped streaming before my son was born. When did that happen? I'm trying to... Yeah, the streaming was always spotty during that era, too. Well, that's true. There just weren't many streams. That's another aspect. Hi? That's your...
UNATCO's put a price on your head. What are you doing in the city? I didn't expect the kitchen to be under martial law. People know the government has a vaccine. Riots everywhere. You still on the dole at UNATCO? I never mentioned. I've been working for the NSF all along, and the Illuminati. I'm on your side. Right, the Illuminati. I need to find one of their leaders standing down. A load of plague virus is on its way to New York.
I need to pay attention to what they
Virus?
just... What?
You mean the Great Death? What's Dowd got to do with it?
The same corporation that makes Ambrosia also manufactures the virus. Quite convenient. The virus came over in a super freighter previously owned by Dowd.
Yeah, most of Majestic 12 is just hand-me-downs from the Illuminati. Huh. We knew about Ambrosia, but the virus? That's news. They're infecting people on purpose, huh?
I was hoping Dowd could tell me where the freighter would unload.
I'll contact him. Go to the burn-up storefront of Osgood and Sons, over where the tunnels connect to the warehouse district.
Okay.
You know, where the NSF had the generator. I'll try to get him to meet you.
Okay. Yeah.
Osgood and Sons.
Yeah. And JC, be careful who you mention the Illuminati to. Like Joe Green.
What?
He's a spy for you.
Alex Jones is a UN spy?
Here's the proof. Hey, kill Green and you'll be doing all of us a favor. I saw him hanging around the free clinic.
Alex Jones is a spy? Because that's Joe Green is Alex Jones. Basically. For all intents and purposes, I'm like pretty sure that's Alex Jones. And that is insane. I thought he was a comedian. I thought he was a comedian who faked his own death. Where's the proof that you said you were going to give me? Joe Green, Men in Black, MJ12. Okay. I mean, this looks like the most photoshopped image of all time, though. Is kind of the problem with that one. That kind of looks extremely photoshopped. Alex Jones is a Mossad agent. Who isn't? You know what I mean? I feel like you put a name out there, and somebody's gonna tell me Mossad agent. Mossad gets around.
You out here because of martial law? I didn't know they were using Marines.
Nah, Yanako likes to work alone.
Oh,
I just
interesting
came out
voice.
to look up a girl I used to know, Sandra Renton.
You do
Fema gave
not
me a
want
pass
to be
for the
with
curfew.
Sandra, my
She
man.
left town.
Why do
I
military
know,
men
I know.
always get with the worst
My
women?
What's FEMA doing handing out travel papers?
They took over the advanced submarine base where I work.
Oh,
I don't like being pushed off duty, but I guess little R&R never hurt anyone.
They brought in their own staff.
Most of us were moved out of the main submarine hangar last night. FEMA set up a perimeter. We sure like to know what's going on in there.
maybe I'll check it out.
I would too. Maybe I'll check it out for you.
You a cop?
Used to be.
I'll say it straight. I'm a patriot. I don't like to see one of our top secret bases commandeered, especially when the only people allowed inside are these Asian mafia types. If you think you can do something about it, I can have my buddies at the front gate let you slip by. My name's Vinny. Tell them you know me.
Thanks. I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks, Vinny.
Us Americans, last of a dying breed. We've got to stick together.
God bless, Vinny. That sentence right there alone just made me love this man. We Americans are a dying breed. We gotta stick together. God bless. Amen.
What do you want?
Whoa.
Prices have tripled to 30 because of
Denton,
martial
what
law.
were you doing? What was that motorboat technique he just tried to do? Did you see that? What was that, Denton? Chill out.
Heard the name Stanton Dowd.
What do you want with Dowd?
A private matter. Know where I can find him.
That was like an awooga, like
That
back and
German
forth
mech
motion.
from Yanako already came by looking for you. You got money to spend? Fine. This curfew's killing me, but leave me out of your business. That guy's oiled up and ready for a fight.
Gunther.
Do you want something or not?
Nah.
Never mind.
Can I go out the front entrance, or is that a mistake? We'll give it a try. We'll sneak out. Oh, I hear something. Let's take a peek. Okay, machine. Dude. Well, this is where we need to go. Who was that? Who was that? He was red. He was a bad guy. Who is this bad dude? Good dude? Good dude.
Uh-huh. What's up?
So, oh, that's the bad dude. Okay, all right. I thought it was curfew shoot on sight. Why does the thug get away? This guy is the plant.
Oh, that's the one. Take him.
I shot him with the wrong bullet again. I'm pretty sure. I'm going inside. Don't mind me, I'm going inside. I'm pretty sure I shot him with the wrong bullet. Yep. I just took out that dude's eye. It was an accident. I swear. Real patriots hate the UN. I think real patriots probably do hate the UN. Probably. I could never say I was a fan of the UN. If they open this now, does it smash on me? What happens? 'Cause I feel like I'm actually in a fine position right here.
I heard him move.
Maybe I should just go out the back.
He's still around.
But this is so close.
I heard him move.
Even if I don't move, they say that. Look, I'm not moving an inch. He's gonna say it again.
Huh. Damn shadows.
Okay, well, fuck me, I guess. All right. Okay, now a real trank. Okay, well, I missed. Well, so I had a split-second thought there. One of those, like, intrusive, like, schizophrenic voices in your head thoughts. Kind of whispered to me in my ear just for a second. Right when I was aiming at that guy, this voice came into my head and said, "You don't need to wait for that to aim, Michael. It's an illusion. They just have that little cursor slowly get smaller to fuck with you. There's not actually anything happening there. If you press the button while you're aimed at him, it'll go right into the back of his fucking skull and it won't make any difference. You'll save yourselves 30 seconds. And I thought, that makes sense, voice. The voice lied to me.
That's the one.
The voice lied. Which I did not expect. I thought the voice was on my side, to be honest with you. Now I've got to question the voices. Which ones are good and which ones are bad? Which ones are trying to lead me astray? Which ones are aliens and which ones are ghosts? Which ones are just government demons? To get back to that topic. Don't try and walk over here all cool like I didn't just see you fleeing for your life. Okay, well, the mech I can just, like, get rid of real quick. I killed the dude! It was an accident. Well, alright, well, I mean, I'm gonna load. I didn't want to kill that civilian. I call him out for trying to look cool, and then I fucking destroy him. Let's reload. He's so cool. He was so cool. Yeah, was, exactly. What? Apparently I saved after the combat happened. That was a clear mistake on my end.
Keep looking.
But it's fine. We'll just talk. We'll just sit here again and listen to the voices. And what are they saying to me this time? Say a slur, Michael. No one will report you. You could get away with it.
Suspect is still in the area.
You could say any of them. F. G.
Huh.
What are they gonna do?
Damn shadows.
They're on your side, Michael. None of them will report. You can delete the VOD later. Think of the power. Think of the control you can exercise over your own destiny just by saying one little word. Do it! Do it! Sorry, back to the game. It's a Tropius. Don't start with the Tropius thing again, alright? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the reason there's no music in this part is an issue with the Game of the Year version. What? Is that what? Because it is kind of whack, actually, that there's no music here. I was wondering why it's so silent. That sucks. Okay, I'm making a run for it. Wait, huh? Huh? This is the place that they told me to go! Alright. We're gonna kill a civilian again? Yeah, I had no idea about that. I didn't know that was a... Did I hit him? Did I kill a civilian this time? Okay, wait. If it's supposed to be playing the second NYC song, let's just pull that up on another tab, right? Instead of having this absolute silence that is driving me crazy. Deus Ex, NYC, Streets 2. Yep, the #1 comment on this is somebody talking about it being bugged out. So, so yeah, I think you're correct. Okay, thanks for the tip. Let's load one more time. Ooh! What? We were about to miss this? Yo, thank you. Oh, I'm a fool. Oh, I'm a huge fool. The music is overpowering my ability to reason. Okay, it did also get way louder. Let me just adjust that. Okay, I'm lost. I thought for sure I knew exactly where I was supposed to go, and then I went there. Okay, it's doing the thing where I can't press the... Okay. Osgood and Son storefront near the tunnel. Oh, near the tunnels. Near the... Alright, let's load one more time, and I think we're good. I can't see chat anymore because I have nothing but this YouTube video up. Wait a minute. Hello. Okay, near. I mean, that could be a lot of places. What? Oops. I can probably shoot this without anybody noticing. Yeah, we're good. Now we can shut this and wait again. I asked about the demon thing because my dad said that in the Bible the stars are actually demons trapped in the firmament. Wait, my man, what part of the Bible does it say that? It's entirely, you'd have to quote scripture and verse for me there. I like it though. I like that. It's a good one. But it sounds like something out of Elder Scrolls, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, so not here. Okay, I'm making a run for it just to figure out where I'm supposed to be. They'll shoot me, it's fine. Not here, okay? I'm just doing a scouting run. You know what I'm saying? When you say near the tunnels, what do you mean? When you say storefront, what do you mean? Because I'm not seeing anything, and I feel like I'm being lied to. I also feel like I have a surprising amount of health.
Okay, holy, put him on the ground.
You know, honestly, if you just bob and weave, not even that effectively, it's effective. I know that sentence didn't make a whole lot of sense, but... I'm about to lose a leg, I think. But other than that, surprising amount of time that I can keep doing this.
Incorrect inform. Attach. Streets clear. No danger.
Okay. Seriously, though. Where? Oh, here? No. He? No. I'm so happy I decided to do this instead of trying to sneak around everywhere because I still can't find the place. I'm literally just run. Where is it?
Put him on the ground.
Did he not say the burned out building? He said the old storefront near the tunnel. And I feel like I've looped the tunnel a couple times now. I'll try again, but I swear. Also, did you see a burned out building? I didn't see a burned out building. You know what I like about the YouTube and Twitch discrimination? The segregation between the two platforms? The one thing I like about it is that it encourages the idea that I've lost my mind. Meet Stanton Dowd at the Osgood and Sons storefront near the tunnels leading to the warehouse district. Okay. Directly behind me and up, excuse me, up the road is the warehouse district. I can't go there. The way is blocked. So they must mean on this side of the tunnels, near the warehouse district. But I don't see anything. Osgood and Son store. Do I have an old map? I might. Wait, what? Wait. This is the warehouse. Osgood and Sons Imports is there. So I do have to go that way with the tunnel? How do I get there? It's blocked off. Okay, I'm trying to like recall in my mind if there was another way to get there. Did we go underground at some point? Nah, that didn't lead there. Does anyone... How did we get there before? I thought we went through that tunnel that I just couldn't get. Next to the tunnel, I think, is there a way underground there? It's not the dealer. There's that gun dealer that you can go underground. That doesn't go to him. There's also... No, where else could I go? I'm making another scouting run. This does give me some information. So this is the way to where I need to go. Like, this is absolutely the way.
That's the one.
But it's blocked off. Maybe I can go through the hospital? I don't feel like there's any reason I should believe that to be the case. Do you know what I mean? Unless I went through there before and I've forgotten. But otherwise, like, why would I assume the... this is clearly, just to be clear, I'm not criticizing the game in any way. This is an issue of me forgetting how I did this. Like, because I've been to this place. I remember one of the ways in which I got there, but I don't remember the other. Can I go through here? Nope. I say like it means something, but nope. This is a burned out building. This is a very burned out building. Hi.
You Dowd?
What?
I agreed to see you because
Okay.
we have a mutual enemy.
Why a vacant building?
I was so off where I thought I was going.
Council on Foreign Relations types.
We always stayed in the background, even when that was true.
You all right?
Caught this damn plague myself. Anyway, we never had troops like Majestic 12
It's
or
fake. He's
freighters
faking.
full
What a
of
faker.
bioweapons, if what you say is accurate.
It's accurate. I just don't know where the freighter would dock.
They'll want to hide it. The only facility big enough on the East Coast is the Advanced Submarine Facility at the Brooklyn Naval Shipyards.
Of course. That's why FEMA took it over.
They're probably storing the virus in the ship's diesel tanks. The only way to make sure...
What?
It's...
What about the diesel?
The only way to make sure it's destroyed
What?
will be to scuttle the ship.
What?
Scuttle a super freighter?
It can be done, if you know where to place the charges. Smuggler should have explosives that will
I gotta
work.
talk to him. Okay.
I already have some explosives.
Oh.
I'd pick up some more while I have the chance. But if you think you're equipped, then find your pilot and get going.
You sure you're all right?
I'm hanging in there. If you come across some ambrosia on that ship, however,
I saw some ambrosia earlier, but
I'll get you some medicine.
I didn't take any
I'll
of it.
give you a blueprint of the ship. The X's mark the 5 tri-hull wells. Crack those up. Reverse the bilge pumps, and the ship will split open like a banana.
Okay. Let me take a look at this map. I'm happy we found this, dude. I guess I'm just gonna accept the fact that I took an insane amount of damage to do that. I think that's only fair. I'll heal up. It also saves me time, which is especially important when every time you open the menu in this game, it takes 8 years. I don't have that much time left in my life, you know? I have more than 8 years. I'm saying that it all adds up. I'm not trying to imply that I'm gonna die in 8 years. Yo, I have so many skill points. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's come back to this. I want to check my explosives as well. Those are gas grenades. I have 2 lambs. And 0 rockets? Yikes. Okay, that's not enough explosives. I feel like I do need to go talk to the guy. And images. Okay. I see. Helicopter bay. So that's probably where I'll land. Or wait, here. Or, yeah. Right? We'll take a look at this thing. I see the demon in Demon Stars version.
Signature on the virus. A clue to
conversation, I mean, is going on in the chat now.
MJ-12 troops converging on your position, JC.
Oh.
Land the copter on the roof of the Ton. Get out of there.
Okay, let's heal up, and then I gotta go. I gotta run. Although, I mean, should I go to Smuggler? I feel like I'll go to... I feel like I want to go to Smuggler first. I don't think there's enough explosives. I only got like 2. Let's heal. We'll heal individual, and then do a... No, honestly, that's... and then do a general. That's good enough. Heal up.
Goddamn terrorist.
I like how the conversation with the whole Demon Stars thing has gone from, oh yeah, it's based on something in the Bible. Where in the Bible? Let me ask. Okay, no, it's not actually in the Bible. Like, that is an arc there. That is an interesting... How many... Okay. If I was willing to kill people, do you know how easy my life would be? 1 rocket solves all of my problems. Because my problems seem to just really like to congregate close to each other.
Password?
Bloodshot.
I just interrupted the communicator, and so now I don't know what they were about to tell me. That might be a problem. Oh, here we go.
I'm showing net activity on several of the smuggler's avatars. He must be at home.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I just saw him post on Discord. He must be home. That's crazy. All right, let's figure out what we're upgrading, because it could be that we upgrade a skill that helps me get through here anyway, and then it saves us some time, some resources. Demolitions, just accuracy and damage, like that's not worth it. That's not worth it. Low tech, probably kind of worth it because it helps knock people out. Might actually be really worth it. And computer elite hacker. I mean, I feel like I want low tech. I feel like that's the highest priority. And then I think I'm gonna get... Do I have more lockpicks, or... It's about the same. I'm gonna want to save this up, honestly. Are you going to watch the Spy Family Season 3 premiere tomorrow? I have never watched Spy Family, so I wasn't planning on it. No. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's quite good. I just have not watched a single episode. I don't watch that much anime, to be honest with you. The last thing I watched was, well, I watched Takopi no Genzai, which was good.
I'm picking up incoming MJ-12 troops. They must have your location. Better get what you need from Smuggler pronto, and meet me on the roof of the hotel.
The only other thing I started watching the first episode of Uma Musume. Because I'm addicted to the game, and I was like, I'm gonna watch the anime in Japanese, I guess.
Gray Death. A freighter at the Brooklyn Naval Shipyard.
It's the government, isn't it?
Takopi is great. I agree.
Conspirators. Some in the government, some out.
What do you expect me to do about a freighter?
Help me scuttle it. You have any extra lambs or rockets?
You think you can scuttle a freighter with a lamb?
A few lambs at weld points.
I'll help you out. How about a rocket for a GEP gun? Usually save those for the
What?
NSF, but I'll sell it
Oh.
at a loss, say 2,500.
One
You
rocket?
can also have a half dozen lambs for
You know how quick I go through those
Better buy
things?
now. I'm selling cheap only because a lot of people could die.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Give me a break. Hundreds of millions of lives
Yeah,
are at
break.
stake.
Hundreds of millions of lives are at stake.
I like what you're doing, but I gotta cover my costs. Hey, I'm starting to get nervous about this. What you're about to do is gonna turn some heads. I don't want any trouble from the authorities.
You sell illegal weapons. No one
Relax,
followed me.
No one followed me.
You sure?
No.
You have nothing to worry about.
You telling me the truth about...
A Marine from the shipyard told me that FEMA's involved. Guess they've gone from fixing emergencies to making them.
If you ask me, I bet FEMA wants to cause a national emergency and get control of the army.
Yo,
I
this
think we can
guy's
expect
stoned
Law
out of his
Simon's gonna
mind.
grab
Do you
for
see his
power one way
eyes?
or another.
That's all they would need. One national emergency. Then they could get rid of the president, shut down Congress, and suspend the Constitution.
I wish I had the money for some lambs.
Wish I had 2,400 credits. I could use a half a dozen lambs.
You can always loot the ammo storage facility at the shipyard. It's
Oh.
free. If you don't get
Well,
caught.
look, I'll just do that when I'm there. You're telling... How... What... Well, okay. This is a waste of time. I'll just go do... You're telling me that they keep the explosives in the place that I need to blow up? Yeah. I'll just do that. What do you watch that's not anime? Well, nothing really. I just don't watch much. You know what I mean? I guess if you just talk about what proportion of things I watch are anime or aren't, I guess it's a decent proportion. I just don't watch that much. I guess me and my wife also started watching Boku no Hero Academia Vigilantes. We never watched the original. I just heard Vigilantes is way better. Actually, I watched a couple seasons of the original like way back and I got bored of it. But Vigilantes is pretty alright so far. It's a, you know, it's not highbrow, I would say, but it's pretty alright. The theme is great.
Remember the briefing.
The theme song is quite good. And the ending song is pretty good too. That doesn't really make a show in any way. Lots of bad songs have great opening songs. The thing is though,
Where'd he go? It's dead. Remember the briefing.
when a show has a good opening song, it almost is hard to admit that it's bad. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking back of like, did anyone watch Suritama back in the day? Was that show really good? Or is it awful and it's just the opening song that I just really like? And the ending song, actually. I'm making a run for it. I need to go to the hotel.
Forget it. He's gone.
Roof. So I think I can just run. So much bloodshed has happened here. This war going on continues. But I think I should be able to just ignore it. Oh, hello.
When the shipment has been destroyed,
What?
I will require you to go to Paris. You must find Dowd's associate, Morgan
What?
Everett.
What am I doing wrong? Hello? Is it the other side? There's no way. What? Oh, come on. The troops are here. I'm in there. Did they not notice me? How did they not notice me? Okay. All right, I'll take it. Better is a stretch. The early seasons of Boku no Hero Academia are not as bad as people make them out to be. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it when I was watching it years ago, but I got bored eventually after like season 3 or 4 or whatever.
I'm ready.
But Vigilantes I liked so far. But I've watched like, I don't know, 5, 6 episodes, something like that. I don't even know how long it is, but... yeah, I just like it's more grounded, and I feel like they took a lot of the complaints from the original show, and it's like directly addressing those complaints, which I thought was interesting.
An abandoned lot next to the base. There should be an old grate on the wall that you can gain entry through.
Okay.
I've got to get out of here before the sentries get suspicious.
Like, oh, wait.
You're past the fence. Good. Up ahead are the barracks. You need to gain entry to the base and eventually reach the large building
Can't save until he stops yapping.
Keep your eyes open for the ammo storage facility. You need to load up on explosives.
Okay. One tip. Sure, it's probably worth it. What was I gonna say? Something about... Oh, wait, friendly? Oh, because he's one of the guys who's friends with the... Yeah.
You came in on the chopper? You must be with the DC people.
Oh. Wait, hold that thought. Search for terrorist leader intensifies. UNATCO is working closely with FEMA and other international security agencies around the world to apprehend J.C. Dorkton. Hey, that's me. A terrorist with ties to a number of groups, including the NSF, Silhouette, and organized crime in Hong Kong. We believe him to be responsible for organizing and leading the attack on Liberty Island. What? I didn't do that. I stopped the attack. What? And the deaths. Well, kind of. And no, I didn't do that either. Wait, what? The attack on Liberty Island? So you're not talking about the terrorist attack, but the attack later that I stopped that was literally the beginning of the game. You're going to blame that on me? That's insane. And the deaths of a number of UNATCO agents, said Walton Simons, director of FEMA. The necessity of instituting martial law in New York, unheard of in the history of America, is directly attributable to criminal elements operating under his orders. Okay. Simons went on to say evidence recovered from the recent bombing of the Versailles building in Hong Kong demonstrate J.C. Dorkton's involvement, quote, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and points towards an organized, systematic campaign of terror designed to, quote, extort freedom for politically dangerous ideologies through any means possible. Extort freedom for politically dangerous ideologies. That is an incredibly interesting phrasing. Think about that one for a second. To extort freedom for politically dangerous ideologies. I feel like Deus Ex is ahead of the game on the verbiage there, on the newspeak. I feel like that's something I could see today or like next year, like it's ahead of schedule. Because like I'm imagining, did I drop my lockpicks? Do you notice that I have no lockpicks in my inventory? Did I drop my lockpicks? Where are my lockpicks? This is not a drill. No! Do I have to load? Where are my lockpicks? I just opened this door. One of these buttons drops things. And I must have accidentally dropped... I can't believe I feel like a fucking, like, woman trying to find her contacts on the ground. Scooby-Doo, where are my glasses? You used one. You have more? I thought I had 7. I must have used through them. I must have gone through them. Maybe I just ran out. You might be right. Zoomer stay on topic for longer than 15 seconds challenge. Impossible. That's what the beginning of the stream is for, when I'm not playing the game to distract myself, and it's literally nothing but talking. No, but... Shit. What were we talking about? They're on hotkey 7. There's nothing there. Oh! You're right. Well, now the menu's loading, so my mistake's already been imprinted here. You're right. You're correct. It was on hotkey 7. I thought I had 7 lockpicks. Now I feel foolish for having used a lockpick just to read this newspaper. What I was saying, to get back to this, don't worry. When I turn this into a YouTube short, I'll cut the part in the middle where I fucking freak out over lockpicks that didn't exist. What I was saying, extort freedom for politically dangerous ideologies sounds like a phrase that would be used today to describe someone just simply calling for free speech. Do you know what I mean? Like if like David Duke wanted to speak at a university, they would say, and people didn't want him to come, so then a bunch of students said like, well, we're not going to go to class unless you let David Duke come. Should be crazy, but you know. Then I could see the news say they're trying to extort freedom for politically dangerous ideologies. You see what I'm saying? But just that phrase, extort freedom, is very interesting, right? Because it's using freedom as like not a good term. Do you know what I mean? It's using it at the very least as either a neutral term or a negative term. Because you wouldn't say they're trying to extort happiness. You know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense. They're trying to extort, what are other good things? I don't know, peace and prosperity. They're trying to extort peace out of us. You know what I mean? You wouldn't say that. You'd have to say, like, they're trying to extort money, which is mostly a neutral thing. Money can be good, money can be bad. That's a neutral term. They're trying to extort, I don't know, terror. That's a negative thing, right? So it's very interesting to say they're extorting freedom, right? They're trying to get freedom. And again, in most situations in the world, for better or worse, under our current sort of like lexicon of how we describe things, freedom is a positive thing in every situation. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I was about to say I don't know if I agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. I do not agree that freedom is in all situations better than no freedom. And the easy example of that, which I would give, is sexual freedom. Sexual freedom is not actually a freedom. It is just a method of control used by different powers that be to control people. And just like St. Augustine says, the more vices you have, the more masters you have. But we still call that under the term of freedom, right? So, like, that is an example of something that most people would accept the usage of the word freedom for, and yet I would not call it good. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. Not everybody, most people, maybe not even most people, but a lot of people would agree that's not a good freedom, sexual freedom, that is. Yeah, and what I mean by sexual freedom, you know, like pornography and sex outside of marriage and like that kind of thing, right? But again, back to the term, it's just very interesting. Extort freedom. They're trying to, it almost implies also a zero-sum game of freedom. Like somebody in the chat saying, like, oh no, they've taken all my terror, right? Like I extort terror or something. That's what I'm saying. It's the same. It's the same level of not making sense, because how do you take someone's freedom in a way that gets you freedom, right? Like you can free a slave, you can enslave someone who's free, but you can't steal the freedom of someone, right? Not in a way that is very easily parsed. You know what I mean? Like, what would that even look like? Like, those are almost two separate, unrelated actions. You could become free and then enslave somebody, but it's not like you're taking freedom from them, right? Greed is unlimited. Freedom is a limited resource. The more for you, there will be less for me. That's what it's implying, and I think that's kind of crazy, right? Because I don't. That doesn't make sense. At least not like there is there not a world in which everyone could be free? And if so, doesn't the phrase extort freedom not make any sense? You know what I mean? Without even getting into the whole, like, moral aspect of real freedom, just taking the word as it is, the phrase extort freedom would be strange even today if you published. But, like, I think Deus Ex is onto something. I think I could see that being... It's very interesting. I'm just thinking more about it. Like, just that... It is a very interesting phrase. I can't believe I wasted a lockpick there, because I literally could have just gone around the corner. But it's a... Oh, we're still friendly with this guy. Okay, cool.
You must be Din.
It's very interesting.
Our buddy Vinny said to expect you. Think you can find out what's going on in there? Go for it.
Is FEMA really running the show?
FEMA and the Chinese? I don't like the smell of it one bit.
Me either.
This key will open the main gate.
I don't like
Just
FEMA and the
inside
Chinese
main
either.
building entrance will let you pass, but don't expect any hospitality from the FEMA people.
If I take someone's freedom and make them a slave, I gain the freedom of owning a slave. Is that a freedom, or is it a responsibility? Right? If you get a dog, are you now free to own a dog? No. You are actually less free because you have to take care of the dog. I think it's somewhat similar to the slave.
Run to the submarine building. You can be sure the military has rigged these passages with detectors and booby traps.
Well, I don't need to go here. I can just walk right in because they're letting me in.
I don't know how you'll get on board with the main ramp retracted, unless you want to swim.
Oh. Oh. I see. Never mind.
Get to the door at the base of the huge crane in the distance. But watch out for the guards and security bots.
I don't really need to watch out for the guards. Can we open? I just need to get to that crane, apparently. Can you open this door? Guys, you're here to help me out, remember? Yeah, I would love to. Hey, guys.
Standing orders inside the perimeter are shoot on sight.
That's fine. Can you get me in there? I didn't want to go through the sewers. Is that really the only way in? Are you serious? I guess we're going in the sewers. I mean, he gave you the key. I forgot that this game has a key ring. And you're right, though. That is completely on me. I am thinking about extort freedom. I am still mulling over the phrase extort
We
freedom.
have begun planning your future objectives. Dow will be sending you to Paris. Make sure he gives you the current residence of his associate, Morgan Everett. I do not have access to that information.
You are free to leash the dog, though in a way you wouldn't be free to leash someone else's dog of your own volition. I mean, now we're getting a little semantic. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I love semantics. And in fact, so do the people. I gotta say, I've been making YouTube shorts recently and putting out some content. The most popular ones I put out were, one, me complaining about the nuisance of having to choose a difficulty in a video game and there's never a right answer. And two, talking about roguelikes and RPG definitions. So the people want it. You know what I mean? The people want autistic definition talk. Now, what's to stop me? I have no rockets. It's a good answer. It's a good answer to the question I was about to ask. Okay. I need to get there. That's locked. I'm gonna run while this camera's not looking. I can work with this. What's my buff button? I'm extremely powerful. That is not a very good throw. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Huh? That's how that works? Oh, I used all my power. I got cells, though. I thought it was gonna blow up. I was expecting an explosion, but that's fine. Oh! Close it! Oh no! Oh no! That's not what I meant to do at all. There's no benefit. Why would you let me do that? Did I let that one out too? There's no way, right? That one must have been out already. I didn't fuck up that bad, right? Run. Why would I ever take silent running, dude? I'm silent running now. They can't hear me. There's never a right answer to the difficulty thing. Of course there is. It's the hardest difficulty. Better if you have to unlock the hardest difficulty with a cheat code. Dude, what's the last game where you actually had to do that, though? I have to say. I think you might be kind of out of the times. Okay. He's not gonna look at me. He's not gonna look at me. He doesn't see me. These people don't have any peripheral vision. I'm even moving over here. You think he would hear me? He's gonna turn around though and then he's gonna see me. Streets of Rage 2 is out of the times, if you say so. My man, when did Streets of Rage 2 come out? I mean, let's just be clear. You know, I knew that didn't work, and yet... What is gassing up in there? Excuse me? I want to blow this up and get in, but then the whole point here is I'm trying to get explosives. I did not realize that I had one lockpick, and I understand my mistake was comical. but it is unfortunate. 1992, Streets of Rage 2 came out. Ah, you're right, that's a pretty new game. Came out before I was born, but, you know.
Elevator to the top of that crane. You might be able to get on the roof and enter the building through the air conditioning ducts.
Who is, what is shooting little pepper at me? Like little, you hear that noise? Was that a real gun? I don't know if I believe that was a real gun they were shooting at me. Do I know the code? I don't think I know the code. If you plan on playing other immersive sim types games, I would recommend Thief. I would suggest Thief. Love to see you play that. Yes, somebody else recommended that, or it could have been you, honestly. But somebody else recommended Thief. And I've never played Thief. Tell me that Thief has a menu that loads when you press the button and it doesn't take 3 years. Only 33 years ago. 1992? I suppose you're right. Wow. Yeah, so the guy saying that that's not that long ago must be old. Because he's got to be at least 33 plus another like 10 years or something for that to make sense, you know? That's an old code for the last level. Yeah, I don't have a code. If I hack in, I was kind of panicking before.
Target acquired.
Okay, alright. Speaking of panicking... Wait, I have to press F7 to move faster? I didn't even realize. No wonder I don't feel faster. Speed!
Target acquired.
4 tools! I'm dead. Alright, let's load. It loads immediately for me. What works on my machine? Yeah, great. You know, I was not fully comprehending the fact that all of these augmentations I have do nothing unless they are activated. I'm just now realizing that fact. Even the heart one that lets all the other ones be one more level effective has to be activated in order to even do that. I'm realizing that right now, live in real time. And realizing how not very effective that is at anything then. 1992 is older than my country's independence. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a young land. America is also often called young land by, you know, like Nazis and stuff. But that's a young land. Ooh! Does the robot have better vision than the people? I feel like it does. What? Yes. The answer is a definitive yes. That was a live demonstration of the fact that the robot has better vision than the people. 100%. We just saw the best demonstration you could possibly ask for. Okay, good to know. Yep, and here's the robot oh my. Alright, okay, alright. Leave me alone, I was about to say. Okay, alright. So not only are the robots possessing of peripheral vision, which doesn't really jive with anything I know about robots and cameras and stuff like that, but okay, fisheye lens, I don't know what to say. Not only do they possess peripheral vision that the human guard does not, their sight range is further than 6 feet away, which again is a bit of a novelty compared to human beings, at least in this game. Which is leading me to believe that if I still had ammo, the right call here would be to shoot rockets at the mechs and just wipe them out. But unfortunately, I've used all my rockets except for white phosphorus, which obviously isn't effective. Scramble grenade causes bots to indiscriminately attack other bots. Useful, actually. That could do it. That could do it. Honestly, I think that might be our play. There's 2 bots here. Let's do it. He doesn't notice me. Okay. I think we've got it. You probably need to install the T-Fix mod for modern control scheme and full screen, but you should be able to have load screens immediately. I don't know. Honestly, I thought I installed any necessary mods, and it was fine. Yo, this guy's friendly? He counts as friendly now? I didn't know he counted as friendly.
Try taking the elevator to the top of that crane. You might be able to get on the roof and enter the building through the air conditioning ducts.
This is still a problem, though. Whoa! Amazing that I survived that. I could throw another one at him, or he'll walk by. He'll walk by. I just need to be patient. Patience is actually... There are certain traits that leave you when you start streaming. Are they fighting each other? Awesome. 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 There are certain traits that are just not conducive to streaming. Just intelligence in general is something you lose a bit of when you're streaming. I think that's a pretty widely acknowledged fact, actually. Are you... Alright. Alright, okay. Alright. The robots did not kill each other, and then it wore off and just shot a rocket right at me. We can make this work somehow. We can make this work somehow. But anyway. Why... I forgot that it sends you to the menu sometimes, and other times it doesn't. It just depends on whether you click a button first. Not like a specific button, just like any button. What was I talking about? Dude, I'm like so out of it today. I don't know what's going on with my brain. Let's get... What was I talking about? I need to, like, do something. Patience! Patience! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I need to eat some... I need to get some meat in my system. Some vitamin B12 or something. Something's not going in my brain at the moment. It's also kind of hot in here. Is it hot in here? Oh, the person saw me? That's just embarrassing. When the person sees you, you know you're fucked up. That's not good. Let's scramble the robot. Oh, okay. Okay, and maybe I just need to be quicker. Okay, so they're distracted right now. They're not distracted. I was gonna say, anyway, there are certain traits that diminish when you're streaming. One of them is intelligence, but I think a major one that's underappreciated is patience, right? If you are streaming, your patience level goes down to almost nothing, simply because there's like this thing in your brain that is telling you, like, people are watching you, you should be at least somewhat entertaining. And the thing is, I don't generally worry about that, because I'm an entertaining person, whatever, I don't care. But when there's like a moment of like, I'm literally just sitting here waiting for something to happen, it doesn't happen consciously, but unconsciously, it's like, no, you need to act. You need to go, right? In any game, I am a million times more violent and active and impatient if I'm streaming the game. Which can make for some fun times. I mean, it's not a bad thing entirely. And it can make for some insane plays. And for certain games, it's fucking amazing. I mean, like, when we were playing Oblivion on the maxed out difficulty, that very first level where it was, like, impossible because you couldn't pick up the wrong stats or you would screw yourself, and, like, that was amazing, right? Amazing to me. But, at the same time, stealth games, can suffer. Which is why we probably had so much trouble with Metal Gear Solid 3. For whatever reason, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear 1 and 2 didn't really have much of a problem. But Metal Gear Solid 3, it was definitely a patience thing. At least that's my thought. Are you sleeping good after your kid was born? Well, no. Yes. Well, yes. Yes, but there's an asterisk. Basically, I'm sleeping not as well as I was. My sleep schedule is kind of messed up. But it's not because of the new kid, it's because of George, actually. It's not George's fault, but, he keeps me awake. So it's not the new baby. Still sleeping on the floor? Yeah, of course. Sometimes when streaming, it's better to fail than have a dull moment. That is true. That is actually true. If we're just talking about, like, what's more entertaining for the people watching, but here's the thing. It's a fine line. Because it is more entertaining to fail than to have a dull moment. But it is not more entertaining to fail 20 times than to have a dull moment. Because then failing becomes a dull moment. You see what I mean? Like, there are people who, like, fake, you know, like a fall joke, you know what I mean? Like, ha, he fell, ha. And, you know, I get the temptation to do that. Personally, I think it's a slippery fucking slope. You're gonna get times when you're gonna screw up in the game anyway. Why waste them on fake screw-ups? You know what I mean? Just let your natural screw-ups be entertaining. Oh! I was stealthy, and then I just suddenly decided not to be. And I just peeked out. Do you co-sleep with your children on the floor? Yes, everybody's on a mattress on the floor. My wife currently, because she's breastfeeding and the baby is so young, she's basically sleeping in a chair, like in the living room, because like she's got to breastfeed like every 2 hours, you know. So she's not at the moment. Right now it's just me and George. But yeah, we've got thin like futon mattresses on the floor, and we've got 2 of them now. It takes up like the whole room.
Come here, I've got something to tell you.
Oh wait, you're friendly?
This is a heavily guarded building. Be prepared for resistance.
I was prepared for resistance, but instead I'm getting... How's the floor in winter? It's fine.
Foreman. I think his locker's just up the hall. Be careful in there.
That's what you want to tell me? Locker's up the hall? Okay, so I want to look in the foreman's locker. Okay, for the key to the ramp. Okay, got it.
The FEMA people are on red alert. Don't ask me why.
Well, that's probably me. Ensign Warrant. In the interest of security and for your own protection, regular patrols will guard the dock while PRCS Wall Cloud is in port. And the gangway for the Wall Cloud will be... Can you shut up? Will be kept in its raised position. If you or your men need access to the Wall Cloud, the ramp can be lowered to the code 6655. Well, dude, I don't need to go into his locker. The code is right here. 6655. What are you talking about? Why are you misdirecting me? And interrupting me, too. It should go without saying that this code must not be shared, or else disciplinary action could result. Please coordinate your men with ranking FEMA security officer present. Okay, yeah, okay. Captain Keene, while the PRCS Wall Cloud is in port, I fully expect your cooperation in adhering to FEMA security protocols. Due to the sensitive nature of the Wall Cloud's cargo, the ship will be in lockdown while docked, and only the minimum necessary personnel given clearance at any time. Please contact the dock foreman with the access code to the people. I trust you will... Yeah, okay. I do like that, it was noted before, but they've apparently they filled the cargo into the diesel? But, like, doesn't that mean they can't leave?
You can sure tell the janitors haven't worked in a couple of days.
That's the code. Dude, why did you put me on this fucking goose chase? I don't understand. Oh, that camera doesn't matter. Okay, that's good. No curtain? No curtain? No curtain. Always interesting examining the bathrooms here. Deus Ex has some of the most interesting bathrooms I've ever seen in my life. And once again, the game does not disappoint. Once again, I am treated to an absolute unique experience every time I walk into the bathroom. Let's just take a look at this one for a moment. You walk in, it's a clear locker room bathroom. It's a barracks. It makes perfect sense. This is for the guards, right? This is where the guards go to change in and out of their guard uniforms. And while they're here, they can take a shower while everybody watches. Because if you're here, you could just sit right there, and if you're sitting here chatting with the boys while you're changing and such, or you're just sitting here getting your shoes on at the end of the day, right? You're changing out of your work boots and into your casual sneakers. You're gonna see this man washing his balls in that shower right there, because there is no curtain whatsoever. Not to mention that there's no drain on this shower. And the shower is raised up. So what will happen here is that this will, as the shower goes, it will pool here until eventually it overflows. But also, as you can see from the trajectory of the shower, it will probably just overflow right from the very beginning as well. Again, no curtain to keep it locked in. At which point it will just leak out into this entire bathroom, which also does not have any sort of like emergency drain anywhere. Just noting this. This game has drains, right? This is all clearly meaningful. And then directly across from the shower, this bathroom is actually set up perfectly that you can take a shit while watching someone take a shower. If you want it. If you really wanted to. Now, it does have a stall door, so you don't have to. But if you really wanted to, you could. It's literally set up perfectly for direct eye contact during poop shower time. And then, of course, it almost goes without saying, but the urinal with no divider. I mean, it is what it is, right? Urinal with no divider. And also, despite this being for soldiers and also mechanics, I guess, we've got, like, wheelchair accessible bathrooms. Like, extra wide, wheelchair accessible stalls. I don't know why exactly. No railings, though, right? So you think that, like, oh, they're just being, like, they're just, you know, making it nice for somebody who might be disabled here. But first of all, first question is, like, what soldier who's a guard is going to be disabled? Like, that doesn't really fit the job description. But then second of all, like, there's no rails of any kind, so that you would still be fucked if you were in that situation. You're not gonna be able to get up onto the toilet. So, spectacular. Also, again, goes without saying, no ventilation for the showers. So this whole place, you see that kind of must in the air everywhere I go? You see how it looks kind of off everywhere you are? Yeah, that's just, you see that? You see the fog? Shower's not running. There should not be fog in here, right? There's no ventilation. It's just permanent fog. So there's mold everywhere here. Urinals have dividers. Well, maybe not in the savage country you come from, but in America, yeah.
There's the objective. The PRCS wall cloud. You should have no trouble slipping past
The People's Republic of China ship wall cloud? Is that right? That could actually be right. I was joking, but then it's like, wait, they are working with the Chinese. They are 100% working with the Chinese. That probably is correct. I didn't know that was how the PRC named their ships. It might not be. No, but it's Army. No, it's Army. They said it was Army. They said it was Army. Family discovers new species. The Carruthers family was enjoying a pleasant walk down a stretch of unremarkable SoCal beach when they encountered what may be a most remarkable scientific discovery. It was my wife who spotted it first, said Dane Carruthers. At first we thought it was a lizard that had drowned and washed ashore, but it was too big. It had this gigantic head and feathers on its arms, but it didn't look like any bird I'd ever seen. Then I thought it might be one of those prehistoric fish that everyone thought was extinct, so I decided to call someone. The strange carcass eventually found its way to the biology department at the University of California, Los Angeles, where it was examined by Dr. Trey Herman. A preliminary study indicates it doesn't really fit any of our current taxonomies, Dr. Herman said. It seems to have certain superficial characteristics of a seagull, with a considerable number of other, more reptilian traits. The Carruthers family seemed to take it all in stride, though I have to admit I was a little excited when Dr. Herman said that they might name it after us, said Mr. Carruthers. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, clearly that's based on like these alien things we're finding, which I think are the result of like genetic mutations. Not alien, but with this game it could go either way, honestly. I never made the connection. Cloud in the ship name is a reference to Taipan by James Clavell. Is that worth reading, by the way? I've actually really wanted to read Taipan and Shogun and the third one in that group of books. It's kind of like Boomer Core, I understand. You know, it's right up there with like reading, you know, Jurassic Park or like a Tom Clancy novel or something. But I also hear it's really good. I also hear that about Jurassic Park, actually. So, yeah, Taipan is great. Okay, cool. Oops. What am I doing? I pressed escape. America is a sterilized Puritan urban wasteland. I prefer my barbarian homeland. That's fair. You should. You should prefer it. America is different, though. America, there's like 8 different countries inside of America. There's at least 6, that are complete different, companies. And, he's exploiting an infinite skill point glitch. You're right, dude. I just got free points. Wait a minute. I'm just waiting for the game to load. The game is froze on me. Yo, I didn't know I could get 30 points forever. What? That's crazy. Okay, so I want this up. Really? That's crazy. I didn't know. Dude, I just found that glitch out. Dude, if you hadn't pointed it out, I don't think I would have even noticed.
Good work. Now watch for guards and find a way to get below decks.
Dude, that's crazy. And everybody on Twitch thinks I'm talking to myself because the person who pointed that out was on YouTube. But I had no idea I was glitching out like that. Oh. Sorry.
There is another way to find Everett. He has a mistress named Beth Duclair.
Oh.
Remember that name when you get to Paris.
Beth Duclair, when I get to Paris. Beth Duclair, when I get to Paris. Mistress, Beth Duclair. Mistress Beth Duclair, Paris. Okay. I'll remember forever now. Say it 3 times and they'll remember it forever. That's an advertising thing. I don't think it's true. But there is some truth, you know what I mean? Like one of those like songs that they'll play on an ad and you remember it for the rest of your life. But it's like, I think I've heard those songs more than 3 times though. The ones that like really stick in my head. I feel like I've heard them a million times. Oh, Ambrosia Vial. Okay. We could save that guy. You know. The guy. I don't have lockpicks. I don't have anything. See, this is what I'm talking about, patience. If I was playing this alone, I probably would have waited for that guy to just completely cross over and make absolute sure that he wasn't going to see me before I did anything. At the moment, though, like, why not save some time? Wait a minute. Okay, first of all, he heard me, which is a problem. So I gotta be ready for this. But second of all, I may have discovered another glitch. I think I'm on a roll here. Is he coming through this door or that door? I think I have the answer to my question.
Who's there? Y'all need permission from the captain.
Y'all? Y'all? Does anybody else notice that y'all has been co-opted? I can't be the only one noticing this, right? Y'all is almost embarrassing to say for a southerner now. Now, it's obviously so ubiquitous in the South that, like, you're gonna keep saying it. But it's losing a lot of its respectability, I feel like. I could elaborate, but I want to make sure, does anyone else do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, wait, how did I do this? Maybe? I feel like there's something here. I feel like this has potential. Maybe not. You know what I mean, though? Y'all has been co-opted as, like, there have been, like, articles that have been being written about it recently that, like, oh, y'all is like a perfect, non-gendered way to refer to people. And it's really, like, when I hear someone say y'all nowadays, I don't hear Southern people say it, like, all the time or anything. I hear the wokest people you can imagine. They're the ones who say y'all. Because it's inclusive language, you know? You're not excluding everyone with y'all. Because if you say you guys, well then what about the girls? You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Y'all need to types ruined it. Yeah, yeah, you got. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Oh, I have no. Or if I am crazy, it's unrelated to this topic. Well, now it's not really a useful vent to crawl through there. Okay, I think we've basically seen anything halfway useful here. Unless I want some ciggies. Which I found out does... Whoa! The case of the disappearing 40. Did you see that? Wait, can I get that one again in slow motion? No? That 40 just like... It's there, but it just lost all essence for a second. It was completely bioluminescent and then decided not to be. Okay. I guess we'll go upstairs. How do I go upstairs? Oh, here, right. Somebody hears me. Somebody heard me. Okay, we're fine. I haven't seen it, but I live in Canada where nobody would want people to think that they might be an American. That's too bad. About the not wanting to be mistaken as an American thing. But, you know, I actually... So, there are, like, certain groups of people that as Americans, we're just supposed to hate, and it's completely acceptable. Now, they can't be, you know, non-white, right? Like, if you hate black people, you hate Asians, or any specific, you hate, you know, people from Ghana, you hate people from Thailand, that's not allowed, right? Like, that is way out of the reservation. You can't do that. But there are certain, like, white ethnicities, or even just countries, groups of people, I'm calling Canadians an ethnicity, fight me, that you're not only allowed to hate, but you're supposed to. And I think the biggest two are, like, the Canadians and the French. Which is funny, because then the Canadians have the Quebecois, which other Canadians also hate, which are also the French. It's the combination of the two. It's kind of funny. But, like, you are, as an American, encouraged to despise the French, even though they're, like, longtime allies of ours, and the Canadians, who are also, at this point, longtime allies of ours. Not as long, you know. But it's like, personally, I think Canada, if they had a better government, which, you know, is a big ask, would be an amazing country. I think the people there are really nice, are great people, have similar, like, they're like Americans, but they're different. And I know that's just, like, a very trite thing to say, but, like, it's the Anglosphere is full of people that I feel like, yeah, I could get along with those people, right? Australians are the same way. I feel like I could get along with Australians very easily, and I have, you know. But, like, I think if Canada had a free government, then it would be on a list of, like, potential countries to move to. Now, of course, as things stand right now, their government is so bad that they're ruining the country, and, like, housing prices are insane, and, like, they're being replaced by Indians, and, like, you know, I would never in a million years move there at the current state of affairs, right? But if we're just talking about the nature, the people, the culture, I would move to Canada. Now, this is in a situation in which, for some reason, I had to flee the U.S., right? I wouldn't prefer Canada to America, right? Like, just to be clear, I would not prefer Canada to America in any circumstance. But if for some reason I'm like a political, you know, refugee from America, Canada would be high on the list if it wasn't currently, like, worse. But the people are great. I don't know why we have to have this, like, rivalry of, like, I hate Canadians. I think Canadians are good people. I like the French, too. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I like the French. I'm not allowed to say who I dislike, so I'll just stick with who I like. I like the French. I like Canadians. I like Germans. I like the English. I like the Australians. I even like the Mexicans, Argentinians. And that's it. That's my whole list. Everybody else, I have no comment. I'm not allowed to comment. I can't speak or else I'll get in trouble. Dr. Lou, I'm afraid I like the Danes as well. I like the Norwegians. I like the Swedes. I like all the Europeans basically. Oh. It just clicked for me. I'm racist. God, okay. Clicked. All right. I'm afraid we've gone through all our motion sickness medication. If you could restock the lockers downstairs, that'd be great. I have a feeling this is going to be a rough outing. I like the Japanese too, though. By the way, Song's been running around changing all the codes recently, or lately. So you'll need to raise the bridge in engineering. Use 9753. I'm going to write that down, even though I don't need to write that down. I wrote down some other codes now that I don't remember what they were for. I think I've used them already. I'm going to cross them out. I think I've used them. 9753. One day I want to come back to America because 1, the economy here is going to shit, and 2, I find guns really neat. Guns are really neat, see? So are you a Canadian, or are you just living in Canada? Because if you find guns really neat, dude, you're like an honorary American already. And if you care about the economy, that's like all we care about here. We're money-minded people. The game is frozen. Oh, here it goes. I can see the chat, but I don't seem to be here. I'll give it a second. It's maybe. Let me can anyone hear me? Oh, am I back? Wait, we're back. We're back. Okay, I was just talking to myself for a second there. Perfect. Okay. The game crashed, and at the same time the stream crashed. I don't know what happened. I lost, 2 minutes of progress, but with the rate at which we were going, talking about, like racism and the Canadians and all that, we lost like, half an hour. No, don't leave. If somebody said that on a stream I was watching, I'd be like, I'm out. Dude, I can't do this again. No, it's fine. We lost probably like not even 5 minutes, especially since nothing we found in that area was useful at all. So I'm just going to skip it anyway.
What am I hearing there? Must be rats or something.
Although I do have to knock this guy out again, but that's easy. And there's another guy upstairs.
There's another way to find Everett. He has a mistress named Beth Duclair.
Beth Duclair.
Remember that name when you get to Paris.
Remember that name in Paris. Beth Duclair. Paris. Beth Duclair. Okay, we're back. Anyway, I was asking that guy if, I was asking Gravity and Biscuits if he was Canadian or not. And he gave me kind of a mixed answer, I guess. I mean, being born here, but spending the last 20 years in Canada. But that means you're an American citizen. And I assume your parents are American? Or are your parents not American? They were just living in America at the time. Canadians trying to take advantage of the birthright citizenship of America is kind of funny, I have to say. If that's what we're talking. It's actually kind of really funny. Oh, a key. Below deck's key. Okay, well, good. We'll just go here. Yo.
Forget it. He's gone.
He's gone. I love guards in games like this. I love the idea of somebody breaks into your, like, nuclear submarine, knocks out a couple people, you lose track of them, and your reaction is just like, I'm sure he left without doing anything bad. We could just go about our duty. Or, well, not our duty, because our duty would probably be stopping the guy. My parents are American. Okay, I see. Blue OS. Blue OS, is that real? Installation log. Compiling kernel. Created kernel. Installing kernel. What am I looking for here? System blue kernel, blue mod kernel, vconnect kernel, blue security root, default password reindeer flotilla. Reindeer flotilla. Writing it down. Reindeer flotilla. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. System failure. Recharge me. Note to self. Remember to tell Song the new code she set for ops doesn't work. The 4 button on the keypad is stuck. I don't have a replacement in stock. I changed it to 83353. 83353. These are a bunch of codes that I pressed the escape key again. That is going to break the game. No, America, if you're picking between living in Canada and America, I don't think there is actually any contest. And like, I'm sorry to say it. Like I said, I like Canadians. But I don't, if you're just talking the country, I do not think there is a contest between the two. The economy is better. The housing market is better. The environment is better. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Canada's a beautiful country. It is. But America has the same environment as Canada, and then also other environments. I know that Canada isn't just like one environment, but it's a lot more, you know, one environment than America is, right? Where's Canada's desert? Actually, I think it does technically have a desert, but it's like a cold desert or something. Nobody, you know, like that's... Oh! Roger that. Thanks for warning me. I don't understand. I guess he didn't want to shoot somebody. You know what I mean? I kind of get it. I kind of get, like, hey, my job is to shoot anybody who comes in here.
Wait for him to move again.
I don't really want to shoot anybody, so I'm just going to tell you that, like, hey, whoever that is, go hide again. Or else I'll have to shoot you. But it's not really the best security protocol. I feel like that's not in the handbook. Okay, now let's...
I've got a bogey, no ID.
Okay, well that is insane. He suddenly got peripheral vision as I was standing still. No one's peripheral vision works like that, right? Like, movement is what picks up peripheral vision the most, right? So me proceeding to do nothing should not then activate his peripheral vision, right? That is the opposite of how it works. Because, like, right here, he doesn't see me. If he then now looks over at me, so I've been standing here too long, that's insane.
Sergeant, is that you?
Okay, well that time I just missed and it made a noise. That is on me. We have 2 deserts, Okanagan or something, and Alberta's Pocket Desert. I think I've heard of the Pocket Desert one.
Sergeant,
yeah.
Is that you?
But anyway, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, you can't tell me that, like,
Nope.
If you live in the United States, you could live in Arizona, Florida, right? Those are very different environments than anything you're going to get in Canada. And then if you want to live in an environment similar to Canada, you can live in New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Alaska, right? Northern Washington, depending on what kind of Canada you want to live in. Because there is a difference. It's not all the same, but... I've sailed past British Columbia. And it was nice, you know? It looked beautiful. Okay, this guy can't see me in here, which is actually kind of nice. But I've never actually been to Canada.
Sorry, mister.
I've been in Canadian waters, so, you know, there's that. But I've never set foot in the country. Alberta has no rats. +1 over the U.S. What do you mean? Alberta has no rats. This is like an esoteric... Is that like Ireland has no snakes? Alberta has no rats? What saint got rid of the Albertan rats? I'm not aware of this. I would love to be aware of this, though. Okay. That... With these here, I definitely saw pentagram candles. And I was like, whoa! What direction is this game going in now? Does anyone else see that? I saw pentagram candles. And I was, whoa, who just shut the door on me? What? Who did, what? Who? Is there a ghost? Did you see that? I'm not pressing anything. I'm telling you. Is there an automatic door here? What's going on? Do you hear that? Every time I walk towards it, it shuts itself over again. I can't even open it if I click on it. It doesn't do anything. I literally... You hear that? You hear me clicking? You may or may not hear me clicking. I can't open... What is with this door? Okay. Alright, we're finding glitches in this level. Just this level, really. There's an infinite XP glitch. There's that one. Laser. I don't think I can put a laser on the one weapon that I use, unfortunately. That's right. Alberta has no rats, supposedly. Realistically, it's probably just next to none, and any found or killed. Alberta has no rats. Well, wait a minute. All right, I don't know if I believe this. Oh, I can put a laser on that. Oh, sick. I'm just gonna tab out so that the game will crash. Okay, mistake already made. But if I'm not I just need to look at Alberta again. Yeah, that's where I thought Alberta was. Right. Alberta is surrounded by 3 other provinces. Are you telling me that British Columbia has rats? The Northwest Territories have rats. Saskatchewan has rats. And just for good measure, Montana, to the south, has rats. But there's a mystic force field around the province of Alberta and no rats enter? And those who do not leave alive? That's what you're telling me? Because that's a big border with all of it. Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any gosh darn sense. British Columbia definitely has rats. Okay, why don't the rats cross over? Why don't the rats go from British Columbia to Alberta? And why does Saskatchewan have rats then? I don't know why I said it like that. Don't ask. Why does Saskatchewan have rats if Alberta doesn't? What is so nice about Alberta that keeps the rats out, or vice versa? However, I don't believe this. I think this is a lie. I think there are rats in Alberta. I'm saying it here. I'm saying it here. I think this is going to be one of those things that we look back on, and people are going to say, "How did anyone ever believe that?" The 2 hemispheres of your brain think differently. How did anyone ever believe that? Why will it not let me get out of this menu? Okay, there. You only have 5 senses? How did we ever believe that? You know what I'm saying? I see that in our future. Song, you said you were going to rotate the security codes personally this time around, but you should check with the captain. I just changed his yesterday to 65678. Not sure he wants to keep it or what. Yo, how many codes am I haven't used any of these. Is there a million codes? I have them written down. They are in the notes, but the notes takes longer to pull up than this. Oh yeah, the PRC. So it is the PRCS. PRCS. Is that how they actually name their boats? PRCS? Ship ops? Wait. Route, no email. Ship ops, no email. What is the point of this email? They don't have any emails. It did look kind of weird. Like, it looked like the one said no emails. I didn't press that button. It just opens. The one said no emails, and the other one just said, like, nothing. But, whatever the case. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Is Captain here, you think? Hologram? Hatsune Miku on my ship captain quarters hologram? Song. Before we arrive in port, I want you to perform the normal code rotation, but revoke all access to the ship's armory, and change the code to 71324. Another code. These Chinese love their codes. Tell no one. You and I will be the only ones with access. Simons is no better than a snake, and I question whether the crew understand what I must do. You alone I can trust. Oh, the Chinese and FEMA are not together. Not on good terms. From Zhao to Walton Simons. We arrived at 18:27 today, 3 hours ahead of schedule. The modifications to the cargo bays have been completed as specified, and the helicopter should begin loading within the hour. I trust your people will be careful with the cargo. The crew of the ship is still my responsibility. Be careful of my Ling. She's my responsibility as well. My Ling? Is that a euphemism?
Captain Zhao.
Huh?
The helicopters will be there shortly.
He looks at you as
Loaded
well.
for spraying of the virus. No delays. I want the helicopters operating before sunrise.
In any case, if I want to own rats and live in a desert, I'd either go to the U.S. or find Canada's mythical second desert. Yeah, and I mean, what kind of life are you living if you don't have the freedom to own rats and live in heat? Lin Zhao. Hi, Daddy. I just want to see how you were doing. I am practicing my English. Can you tell? My teacher says I am almost the best in the class. When will you be back? Mommy says she loves you, and I love you too. Today some nice men came to school to see me. They said they were your friends, and if there was ever a problem, they would come and get me so I could see you. I told Mommy, and she didn't seem to like that, but I thought they were very nice. Mommy says you'll be back soon, and I can't wait to go to the museum again. I love you, Daddy. Hug and kiss. Okay, now I gotta wait for it to recharge so I can read that. Oh, or I just use his login password. Zhao Captain. Your password is Captain? My man. There's no way the PRC told you that's how you're supposed to do your passwords. In English as well? I feel like you could make passwords so much more secure just by not writing them in English. You know what I mean? Or mix them. Put a little Chinese in there. Put a little Hindi in there. Add in a little Arabic and then some Spanish. Do you know what I mean? And then some numbers on top of that and some symbols, and like you got a password that's undecipherable. The Taewu have been most intrigued by your information regarding Walton Simons and the implied threats towards you and your family. The well-being of any one family is certainly the well-being of any one family is certainly the primary concern of the Chinese people and their chosen instruments. However, we are also troubled by your reluctance to appear for counseling and the apparent use of a registered Chinese freighter in a way that does not contribute to the communal good. We would hope that you have not made regrettable decisions in the absence of appropriate advice. Please contact us immediately so that we may discuss your involvement in the correct course of action for both yourself and your family. Oh, interesting. So he's not working with the PRC here. He's doing this of his own accord? Interesting. Just use ASCII in your password and you're golden. For some reason, when you say that, I imagine ASCII art. And you have to perfectly replicate the art or else it won't work, right? Like if you're not an artist, specifically an ASCII artist, unfortunately, you're not gonna get in. That would be amazing. I think that, yeah, that would be really, that would be an amazing password system. Turn off the cameras. That is great. Open the door. Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera. Open the door. Perfect. You better press remember me. Dude, can you imagine? Oh, shit. I've got to draw that picture of Hatsune Miku perfectly from memory in ASCII. It's like, oh, dude, at this point, just send me the backup password to my email. I'm not getting in. Oh, this just goes to where I was. Okay. Alright, well, what about over here? Alright, well, I guess we just go to the below decks now. Yeah, let's save. You have to perfectly replicate your ASCII art of a horse squirrel, or else the PC calls the cops and fires a blow dart at you. Oh yeah, no, you know like those booby trap sawed-off shotguns that like it pulls a wire and shoots you if you like trip a wire, you know? Same idea, except you're dead. You can't put in that. If you cannot perfectly recreate the smiling face of Haru Urara in ASCII art, you're a dead man. I think it's genius. I think this is the future of passwords. I've heard that a lot of companies are actually trying to get rid of passwords and use some sort of like passphrase alternative. I don't know enough about this. Has anyone heard this? It seems like a dumb idea, and it also seems like a way to I don't know. But the conspiratorial part of my mind makes it think like it's some way to control people somehow. I don't know exactly, but it's
Stop right there.
It's my thought. Okay. I may have made a bit of a mistake. But if I leave and then come back and it's an entirely new zone, it might be that my mistakes are rectified. Or it might be not that case at all. They did forget where I am, though. They don't know where I went. So now I can just go bop him in the back of the head.
Still in the area.
I am still in the area. He's correct there. He's right, you know.
That's him.
Okay, well that could have gone better. All right, well that could have gone better. Speaking of Horse Girl, by the way, I have had so much fun with Uma Musume.
Kind of implants.
Uma Musume is such a fun game. It is unbelievable. And I talked about before, people were telling me I should stream it. And I said no. I was like, even though I really enjoy the game, it's kind of a boring game to stream. I am enjoying it so much that I'm beginning to reconsider my position. Now, I still think in general it's kind of a boring game to stream. But I think there are ways to make it more interesting. One is doing some sort of one-off like challenge run, right? But the other is like every, couple weeks or whatever, there's a champions meeting, and I, just by the way, may or may not have gone Gemini Platinum on the last one. Just for those of you that know what that means, I'm bragging. Even though I'm a free-to-play player. But I think it would actually be really cool just to have an occasional stream. It would not be a game where I only played on stream. Obviously, I'd have to stream every day, But it would be a game where like it might make sense to have a stream every once in a while to just be like, hey, we're gonna strategize for the upcoming champions meeting. Let's talk strategy, and then have another stream that is, I've put together the team. Let's do the champions meetings races and see what happens, right? And then we could have some intense racing going on. You know what I mean? I think it could be fun. I never gave Uma Musume a chance. Whoa, what is going on here? I'm not moving. That was weird. Whoa, I just slide here. Look at this. I'm letting go. That wasn't me. I'm gonna do it again. Pressing forward, pressing nothing. Pressing forward, pressing nothing. Pressing forward, 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 nothing. What is with this level? This level is full of weird stuff. But yeah, somebody's saying they wrote off Uma Musume as a gacha game. I think it's perfectly a fair thing to say. I mean, like, I've never played a gacha game in my life. Because I'm not looking to spend money on games that are gambling. You know what I mean? I would much prefer to just buy the game if that's what I'm going to do. Or not buy the game if that's what I'm going to do, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, is this where I need a bomb?
This is the spot, JC. That is one of the tri-hulled well points on the wall. You should be able to breach the inner hull with a gap round or
well,
when this one is opened, there are 4 more you need to breach. Check Doubt's map for their locations.
Okay, well, I don't have enough explosives, but I do have a couple, so I can at least get this one done. But yeah, no, Uma Musume is actually incredibly fun, and it's one of those games where I feel like if you spent a bunch of money and became like a whale, I think it would be less fun. I think it would actually be significantly less fun, because part of the enjoyment I have of it is trying to put together the best possible deck and team that I can with what I have to then compete against all these people who are like spending as much money as they want to do it, right? Because it doesn't segregate you. It's not like if you're a free-to-play player, the game is loading right now, by the way. It may have crashed. I'm hoping it didn't. But it's not like they segregate you, like, oh, you're a free-to-play player. Oh, it didn't even open the menu. So you're only going to play against free-to-play players. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, you play with the whales. But there's something really fun about whale hunting. Do I need to blow this up right now? Do I need to blow this up right now? I guess I will. That is insane. I mean, I knew it was inaccurate, What? Okay, darts don't activate explosive. Okay, well, in that case, I'm just gonna... At least I didn't waste any. I'm just gonna do this. Oops, I threw 2! Alright, I'm gonna load. Don't hold down left click. It just keeps throwing. I didn't know that was the case. I didn't see any reason why that would be the case. But it's the case. Luckily, we were right here. How does it react if I throw the explosive and then he tells me about the explosives? The real risk with Uma Musume is getting into horse betting. I could see that happening. I know a lot about horse racing now that I did not care to know before. I never in a million years would have known the name Silent Sunday, who is not even in the games, but is just an important progenitor of all of these horses, right? I wouldn't know, for instance, that right around now, there are horse races going on in France that the Japanese have been wanting to win for centuries, and their best bet is currently racing. They have 3 horses there, and if you give me a second, I could probably name all 3. One of them is not King Kamehameha. I think it's a son of King Kamehameha. Oh, no, I can't think of the names. There's like one of them was like Coeur de Nord or something. That's the one that they want to win. That's the one I think is going to win. But there were like 2 others. Man, I can't think of them. But the point is, I'm learning way too much about horses. So yeah, I could easily see somebody getting into horse betting. Somebody on the stream the other day who lives in Kentucky, who might be here, was saying that the Kentucky Derby is like more popular this year. Kamehameha, like from Dragon Ball Z. Kind of. Kind of, yes. Crew de Nord, Byzantine Dream, and Alohi Ali. Yes, those are them. Yes, that's right. Byzantine Dream is an amazing name for a horse, by the way. I love the name Byzantine Dream. It's got a kind of like Constantinople, not Istanbul vibe. You know what I mean? Croix de Nord is not bad either. And then Alohi Ali, I don't know what we're doing with that one, to be honest. And then I heard that Kita-san Black, his kid, he just had like a super child kid who's like the son of Kita-san Black and some other like crazy, popular, successful horse. This is the kind of stuff like I don't know, and I'm not like in it. You know what I mean? But I'm beginning to be in it. You know what I'm saying? 9753. Hey, that's why you write it down. I accidentally pressed escape, and now okay. How do I? You know, it'd be really nice if there were explosives in one of these. I don't think that's gonna happen. Ooh, could. What? Generous game. Very generous game. Kamehameha was the name of the Hawaiian king. Yes. That's why I said kind of. So, Kamehameha is Dragon Ball Z. Kamehameha is apparently how you actually pronounce the name of the Hawaiian king. Hello? What? You heard that, right? Must be bugged. Let me just look around real quick. Oh, they heard me. When I ran around, that alerted them more. But they're still not on my level. But yeah, Uma Musume is incredibly fun. I am very much enjoying myself.
My orders are to shoot on sight.
What is the best way to handle the 3 guys up here? Because I don't think they're really laid out in a good way that I can... Oh, well, okay. Well, they saw me. That does kind of put a wrinkle in things. I was kind of in the planning stage, now I'm kind of in the reaction stage. It's not a stage you really ever want to be in. There's a turret up there. Okay. All right. Actually, even though it's maybe a strange place to stop, I think I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to give you 2 very good reasons why that is the case. 1, it's getting late, and I have to put my son to bed. 2, I have to poop. Just letting you know. Like, and I'm not ashamed of saying it. I have to go to the bathroom. So, and I'm not going to go to the bathroom and then come back because it's late enough that it's not worth doing. You know. Thanks for streaming. Where'd the 11 p.m. streams go? My man, I've got 2 kids. It's tough. You know, I have to see what would happen in the past is that my wife would put George to sleep and then I would keep streaming. But now my wife has to take care of the baby, so no one puts George to sleep. That's the problem. You see the conundrum. I'm going to try and figure out if there's a way to keep streaming longer, maybe when the baby's like slightly bigger, or if my wife can put my son to bed, or if there's like, or if I just need to start streaming earlier or change the schedule slightly. I don't know. Glad to have you streaming again in any case. I appreciate that. It's good to be streaming. And it's good to have you all watching. Most of the people here, not everyone, but almost everyone here is like old timer. You know what I mean? To one extent or another. I recognize all the names, so it's good to see you all. But there are some new people. The YouTube shorts I've been putting out have been attracting new people, so that's cool. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys all next Friday. There probably won't be like an extra stream in the meantime, but it's not impossible. Keep an eye out on the Discord because it could happen, maybe, but probably not. Probably next Friday we'll be streaming more. So anyway, I'll see you all. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I just lost you. Okay, bye-bye. I don't believe there are no rats in Alberta. I just saw that again. There's 0 chance that's true. I'm gonna debunk